All right. Today is Saturday, October 21st, 2023. I'm still lagging behind on my uploads. I have like plenty of excuses, but I don't know if anybody cares. You know, but basically I had like the COVID vaccine shot, which like knocked me out for like a day or two, and also had like extra time I needed to do at work or extra hours. So I just haven't been like keeping up my uploads at all. You know, how long has it been? Like 2 weeks, 3 weeks since like a proper video upload. I mean, it's still been streaming. It's just, you know, on YouTube, it's more important for like videos to make videos than it is to stream. You know, I also noticed the Coffin and Andy and Lily. You know, that's been popping off. It already popped off originally. It was like pretty popular, like when it first came out as like a small game, but now it's like fully released and people still love it. I don't know. Like I want to make like a proper video about that. I never got the endings yet technically, so I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, for today though, I'm going to be playing. I can't speak. For today, I'm going to be playing some games from Itch.io. So, as tradition, I feel like for a lot of developers in October, like near Halloween, they make a lot of like spooky indie games, you know, and I tend to play a lot of them actually, as it turns out. So I want to check them out today. There's a few I want to see if you can check out. Hopefully they're short. It seems like when I, you know, try to, what's the word, curate a few games I wanted to play, I want to make sure I want to fit them all in one stream, you know. I don't play, like, I might play like a game that's longer, obviously, like maybe next time, but, you know, I wanted to just quick fire, just play like some shorter games, and maybe I can get through them, you know, a lot quicker in one session, rather than like accidentally like play a game that's really long and it's like I can't finish it, no, it's halfway through. I don't want to do that. You know, if I play like a longer game from Itch.io or like an indie game, I'd rather dedicate an entire session to it so I can finish it properly. If it can be finished in one sitting anyway. All right, so let's see. So the first game is this one. How do you pronounce it? It's like Latin, I think. I don't know. Or I don't know. Imago. I looked it up actually. I think it's the final stage of like an insect's maturation. I don't know, something like that. Which is fitting because apparently this game is based on apparently Franz Kafka's Metamorphosis. You know, so that's like a famous book, I guess. I never read it, but I read the Spark Notes version, and it seems interesting. It might even spoil what the game is, actually. But I guess we'll see. It looks interesting, so I want to check it out. So let's see, I'm just looking up. Store page apparently is 10,000 words, 5 endings, way too many images, which is a good thing, actually. I like images. I like visual novels of way too many images. It's more interesting that way. Alright, so it's made by Summer Origins. It's a horror visual novel. And yeah, okay, so let's see. Alright. So let's see. So let me introduce this game. And I guess, you know, some other games I'll play later as well. I always put like a little, how do you say, some links in the description, like potential games I'm going to play. I don't know if I'll get to them all, but, you know, it's there. Mostly going to be like story-based indie games. I mean, that's usually what I play anyway. I don't know. I just like narrative-focused kind of games for the most part. But let's see. Imago Dirge, right? That's how you pronounce it? It's not Imago, right? I want to say image because it's like you could replace the O with the E's, image, but no. Imago, I think. Imago. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh, before I start, actually, I wanted to put this in the chat and then pin it. So just have a little warning there, just a constant warning, in case for anyone who happens to come by. I also like turn off live reaction. As it turns out, the little emoji bubble in the chat that blocks messages, you know, I always found that kind of annoying. It's called live reactions. I finally turned it off, so it's not blocking chat messages. So that's good. Hello, Diana. You're new? Are you late? No, not actually. I just started. Though, if anything, I'm late. But, usually I start around noontime, but sometimes I always get a little bit delayed because I'm setting up stuff and preparing. I do this thing. I don't know if other streamers do, but like I actually, do research in the games I play and like make sure it captures on OBS before I start. And sometimes that delays me a little bit because I fix some things. Anyway, yeah, I'm just gonna play some mini games. Let's start with this one. Let's probably introduce it for the video. I'm so behind my uploads, by the way. Probably like if people are gonna watch this on the main channel, which this is the main channel, but like the video version of it where I edit it a little bit. It's gonna be like many weeks down the line, but I'm gonna do like a little introduction anyway. All right, let's see. How would I introduce it? Let's see. I'd be like, hello, welcome to Imago Dirge, a horror visual novel developed by Summer Origins, available on itch.io. And apparently, one day, you wake up as a monster, and you don't know why. How do you cope? I guess we'll see. I guess a little content warning as well. This is a horror game, so there may be some disturbing content. Viewer discretion is advised. Let's begin. You wake up to darkness. Your body feels stiff and heavy. You cannot move. Something feels wrong. Very, very wrong. Alright, we have a few choices. I don't know if the first choice matters, but, well, let's go back to sleep. It's fine. It's just my sleep paralysis demons again. You really don't want to deal with this right now. Your exhaustion wins you over as you drift back to sleep. Just ignore all your problems. And sleep you did. For a very, very long time. Ending 1. Failed pupation. Okay. For a very long time. Well, that implies we wake up at some point. Or maybe not. Anyway, so obviously that's like the early bad ending that amounts to nothing. Alright, so instead, let us choose open your eyes. The opposite of close your eyes. Close your eyes. Anyway, you open your eyes. You see flecks of light in an ocean of red and nothing more. Okay, let's move our hands. You start small, trying to move your fingers. As you twitch your fingers, you feel them come into contact with something. It's rigid, but thin and paper-like. It breaks with a sickening crack as you forcefully curl your fingers into a fist. You finally feel the air hitting your fingers. The cold morning air against your wet hands make you shiver. It is only then that you realize you couldn't breathe. You try to inhale, but there's only water in your lungs. You panic. Oh no, there's a time limit. Can I save during the time limit? Actually, I wonder what happens if we fail this really, really easy quick time event in the visual novel where you have all the time in the world usually. But like, okay, you get the same thing. Actually, it seems like, yeah, you just get failed pupation. Okay, nothing different. Let's reload that. You panic. Time to struggle. You force your body to move. Each motion followed by a horrendous ripping sound. Struggle. Struggle. You struggle your whole body. Try to claw your way out. You struggle. You keep struggling. There's nothing else to do but struggle. You're like a Pokemon who has run out of PP, which is a thing, right? Like, actually, I don't know what it stands for, but, PP. Like, when your Pokemon, like, doesn't have any, like, stamina left or whatever, it just struggles. Anyway, thankfully, your struggles proved to be fruitful. But yeah, there was a time limit, apparently, in the... I never see that usually in the visual novel. Time limits. I mean, it's somewhat interesting. It's always kind of interesting to see like a gameplay mechanics in the visual novel. But you break free from the mysterious membrane. They are finally filling your lungs. Those first few breaths hurt like hell, but you're breathing, and you're alive. You feel the cold morning air hit your wet body. It's cold. And as your eyes adjust to the light, you see your hands underneath you. A mass of red with little pieces of skin hanging onto them. You feel acid rising into your throat. You stumble out of bed clumsily, like a fawn learning to stand for the first time. And you drag your body to the bathroom. Red hands. You puke into the sink. Disorientated and disgusted, you close your eyes for a moment before you hear knocking from the bedroom door. Somebody is saying, "Rise and shine, sleepyhead." That's your mom. She's waking you up as she usually does. I save. So apparently we've turned to some kind of red skin abomination. I will get help. Desperate for help, you scramble for the door. You quickly walk towards the door, all the while trying to tell her what had happened. Your hand is hovering by the door handle, or I'll say that word. Your hand is hovering by the door handle when you realize that no voice has left your mouth. You halt. Instinctively touching your face, only to realize that your mouth can no longer vocalize like it used to. What's that, that title? You know, I have no mouth, but I must scream. Oh, come on now. You hear the door open. And you slam it back shut with all the force in your body, but it's too late. What the hell is that? What happened? Oh, no. Oh, God, what did I do to deserve this? What's happening? No, our child. A monster. Among the sobbing noises, you hear your dad rising from his seat and coming closer. He tries the doorknob once, and then twice. You do your best to keep it shut. To be honest, you know, the skin pattern just reminds me of Attack on Titan. You know, which one is the one? I mean, in the very beginning, the Colossus. Yeah, Colossus Titan has the weird like skin texture, or really just skinless texture. Really, meat texture. That's what I'm reminded of. Hey, open up. Open the door before I... Can that thing even understand us? Ouch, being called a thing by your own little sister kind of hurts, actually. Open up before I knock this door down. You hear him walk away before running back and slamming the door, trying to get it open. You do your best to keep the door closed, but he slams his way anyway. It's hard to tell whether it's the fear or the aftershock of the impact that leaves your head ringing. That thing, that's not my son. This... What the hell is this? You stumble backwards trying to scamper away, but he grabs you anyway. You, what did you do to my son? You struggle against his grab. What did you do to him? Perhaps it's the panic, perhaps it's the fear. Did you kill him, you fucking vermin, you? But your newborn hands barely scratch the surface of his skin. I'll kill you. Is that my brother? Surprised at your sister's words, his hands faltered, and you free yourself from his grasp. He's just faceless father, by the way. You take this chance to scamper away and hide under the bed. It's like a mini Titan. What do you mean? This is his skin? There's no blood or anything though, so is that... You watch as your dad piece the skin, or you watch as your dad No, you watch, like, it's a bit of typo, I think, but you watch as your dad sees the piece of your skin on your bed, or touches it? Maybe touches it, I don't know. You hear the rustling sounds. He takes the last remnants of that human with a sorrow in his eyes and drags himself out of the room. Oh no, my son, my poor son. What happened to him? My son, he's gone, he's really gone. So that really is. She closes the door behind her before the muffled cries start beyond the door. Cool. Cool. I don't know why that was it. You carefully inch closer to the door, hoping to eavesdrop on the conversation. But all you can hear is just incoherent cries. And then finally, quiet. You hear quiet rustling here and there, unenthusiastic clinks of silverware, followed by some awkward mumbling. And then a series of footsteps coming closer and closer. You quickly move away from the door, preparing for the worst. But instead, a hand holding a plate of food appears. Hey, I'm guessing you wouldn't want to eat with us after all that. So, I guess I'll just leave this here. Her words trail off awkwardly as she closes the door behind her. You hear quiet shuffling and mumbling from outside the door, the air heavy with tension. It's not long until you hear the rattle and click of the front door, It is not long until you hear the rattle and click of the front door, that you can find... I don't know how to... I feel like it's also a typo, but... You can finally find yourself... Until that... I don't know, maybe I'm reading it wrong. Anyway, you can finally breathe a sigh of relief. Now that you're home alone, what do? Well, you lay out some traps for the home invaders, like that movie, Home Alone. Okay, well, I have some options. I guess we check for injuries. You check yourself for any injuries. Unsurprisingly, your body contains no bruises. That doesn't mean being shoved around like that didn't hurt, though. Looking at your seemingly chitinous skin, you wonder if you can get injured at all. Not that you like to find out, of course. I should not pronounce that. Chitness? Kitness? It's like insect skin, basically. Examine the food. You examine the plate of food your sister left behind. Toast with butter and sugar, some fruits, a serving of yogurt and honey. However, you find that the taste isn't quite like you expected. It all tastes so bland. The yogurt is nice though, at least. However, you still find it difficult to eat, but you force it down your gullet anyway. Maybe your appetite's just been ruined after all that's happened this morning. Let's do some work? Are you serious? Work? Right now? Well, you still need to turn in your research paper, I guess. But is there a point in doing this? Or is there any point in doing this when you're probably not even human anymore? Can you even still attend college like this? Hey man, you can still get an education just because a piece of paper, tells you that you finish, a particular program doesn't mean you can't just learn on your own. You self-study. Don't they always say just pick up coding, just learn the code, and suddenly you make $1 million a year, or something. I don't know. That's what everyone always tells you. Let's see. Well, I don't know if we should we leave the room? Seems like a bad idea. Sure. Well, there's not much else to do in this room. It doesn't seem like your family's particularly excited to be around you while you look like this. So if you want to leave your room, this is your chance, I guess. Thankfully, your sister has been kind enough to leave the door unlocked. You step out of the room, this morning's event still lingering in your mind. After all that, this place no longer feels like home. I mean, yeah, everyone always says you just do coding and then you're super rich. But at the same time, you also need to do a million projects and also prove that you're passionate about coding, and you also need to just live and breathe coding, and then you'll get a internship that pays you $2, an hour or something like that. And then you just do that, and then you'll be rich or something. I don't know. I just feel like the standards have just been higher and higher and higher. Expectations just keep going up compared to 20 years ago when people were still I don't know, pecking their keyboards. Nobody knew what a computer was. But nowadays it's synonymous with modern society. So now people expect a lot more if you want to get paid a lot more. I don't know, but I don't know. What do I know? I'm not a programmer. I have no idea. I mean, I'd like to learn to code one day, but I just feel like it's very daunting. I'll probably just do it when I actually have nothing else to do, you know, like if I have nothing else going on in my life, then maybe I'll just do coding as like a hobby. I don't know. It seems very daunting. Anyway, I'm rambling. Let's see. Well, let's go to the living room. You walk past the kitchen and to the series of couches next to it. On the sofa, you see the piece of molted skin left behind. Ah, yes, that's us. Our skin. Examining closely, it really looks like you. Well, it looked like you before all this happened, at least. It's a little disturbing, like seeing yourself in a broken mirror, except you can feel the texture of skin and all that. Its face is peaceful, for the most part, if you ignore its torn pieces. How do you feel about seeing yourself like this? Well, I don't know. I guess I'll just leave it alone. You don't particularly feel anything, looking at a dead piece of skin. While you understand why others might cling to your old self, you think it's maddening that they hold on to a dead molt rather than learn to understand you, who is here right now. Well, it is what it is, I guess. You'll find a way to live, whether you're human or not. Likewise, your family will need to learn to live with this, too. They leave the molted skin where it was. They can grieve all they want, but they need to accept that you've changed. Either that, or you'll make yourself a place that will. I guess go to the dining area. You head to the dining area right next to the living room. The dishes are mostly untouched. No one will be enthusiastic about breakfast after all that. It is then that you notice that the rest of your family have always had a sweet breakfast. You yourself always prefer the more savory kind of eggs and bacon and hash browns. Have you always been that different from them? There's really not much else to see here, and you really don't feel like cleaning up after the rest of your family. I go to the master's bedroom. Master bedroom? You decide to go to the master bedroom. It's neat, unlike your own disheveled room. On one of the shelves is a family photo during your high school graduation. Looking back at it makes you feel uncomfortable. To think they turned on your back like that so quickly when they lovingly hugged you like that just a few years before. It actually does kind of remind me. What's that like joke about like how your partner or usually a girlfriend, whatever, would say like, "Would you still love me if I was a worm?" You know, or something like that. It's kind of like that, you know. What if I was just a completely just not human and just a different like physical form? It's kind of like that. You understand, of course, that you're no longer that same child they loved and cared for. You can't help but wonder if that was all just a lie. But it is undeniable that those years were some of the happiest in your life. You look at the framed picture in your hands and contemplate taking it. Are you afraid of forgetting yourself? Forgetting that you were once human? Do you take the framed picture? It seems like these choices might, you know, affect like the general, maybe like what's the word? The general, I don't know, nature, I guess, of what the protagonist is when he's transformed. I mean, I don't know. Me personally, I don't like pictures, actually. I think I'm weird. But like photographs, I don't need them. I don't like taking photographs of myself, just in general. Like, I get it. It's supposed to be, oh, okay. You're supposed to like look back when you're like 70 years old and remember that time when I went to high school or whatever. It's like, I don't know. I don't need a photo to remind me of that. If I do forget, whatever. It wasn't important anyway. You know, that's how I look at it anyway. I don't know. I don't really care. I don't really like keep photos. But maybe I'm the weird one. I guess I'll just leave it alone. Very similar to the flesh on the couch. Or indifferent. There's no use holding on to this image. It's no longer who you are. The image doesn't bother you all that much. After all, that's all it was. An image. A JPEG. You simply put it in the recycle bin. You place it where you found it and walk out of the room. Let's see, you go to sister's room. Your sister was the only one really kind enough to bring you breakfast. You wonder how long that would last. Will she run out of patience? Was it just an impulsive moment of charity? It's hard to tell how fickle her affection is, but you're still grateful for her help. You enter her room and look around for a little bit. It's tidy, early so. She's always been organized, prim and proper, a straight-A kid through and through. You find a small stack of sticky notes on her desk. Do you want to write her a note? Sure, why not? Even if it was a matter of convenience, she doesn't need to see you. You still appreciate her bringing you some food even when your parents won't. You can write her a thank you note at least. You struggle with the pen, unused to the hard surface of your skin. The clawed fingertips don't help either. Still, you manage out a pathetic little thank and stick it on her desk. If nothing else to do, you walk back outside. Thank. At least put thanks with S at the end. Or did it say that? Did it say thanks? Or does it just say thank? You know, thank. That doesn't make any sense. No, go back a sec. You feel uncomfortable going out and about like this for too long, not knowing when any of them are going to come home. So quietly, you slink back to your room to rest. You bring back the framed picture and place it on by your bed, feeling only slightly guilty for swiping it. Wait a minute, that's incorrect. I chose not to take the picture, actually? Yeah, and yet the game has assumed we took the picture. I don't know why. There's a glitch, developer. There's a game-breaking bug. Unplayable. You cannot help but look at it once again. That feeling of longing returning to you the longer you stare. Either way, you lay in your bed, curled like a fetus. Exhaustion takes you as you drift into sleep. You're awoken from your nap with several knocks on the door. Groggily, albeit cautiously, you approach the door, opening a small slit. Your sister peeks through. Did you write that note? You nod slowly. You move away from the door, giving her some space. She reaches for your partially eaten dishes, probably thinking of cleaning it up. And then she peeks in again, staring at you for a few moments, unspeaking. It's hard to tell what she was thinking. You wait nervously for her to do something. So, you do understand us still? Well, that makes sense. At least you can still understand me when I talk. But no speaking? You shake your head, awkwardly pointing your mouth, opening and closing a few times. Well, yeah, that makes sense, I guess. She walks into the room with a little more confidence now. You know, what she wearing? She looks like she's wearing a business suit. She's like Agent 47. I don't know, maybe it's more like supposed to be like a school uniform. You know, Japanese school uniform. Hello, Money Bags. Just playing a little indie game about being a monster. But yeah, she walks in the room with a little more confidence now. I guess I'm a bit relieved that we can communicate at least. Well, kinda. Do you remember anything? You nod once, briefly wondering if it would be better if you didn't. So, do you remember me? Remember me? I don't know, I'm reminded of Metroid Other M. There's like a small meme about like a random NPC like opening his helmet and saying, "Remember me?" You know, even though nobody remembers him. He's like a random generic NPC that has no connection to the previous series of Metroid. And so but he seems like, oh, you know, I'm such a famous guy. Remember me? You know, nobody remembers him. Anyway. But yeah, sister's asking, do you remember her? I mean, there's no reason to lie. I guess we will nod. You nod your head slightly. Okay. So you're really my brother, right? I mean, I'm assuming so, yes. You nod once again. Is she suspicious of you? Well, granted, you look nothing like you used to, but still. So, anyway, I did ask you if you could help me with my homework yesterday. You're still gonna help with that, right? Well, I don't know how we're gonna do that, but sure. I mean, why not? It's just reading through her essay, right? She squints her eyes, scrutinizing you. She quickly leaves the room as if escaping from a beast. Did you say the wrong thing? Now that she's out of the room, you're once again left to your own devices. You hear the clattering of dishes outside, and it seems like your sister is still doing the dishes. Or still doing the dishes? No, just doing the dishes. Usually you help her make dinner before your parents got home for it. Before you dinner? Or I was trying to point out a typo, but then I made a typo with my mouth. No, but yeah, before you parents got home. No, before your parents got home. But should you? Somebody's not gonna do the dishes and then fight? You're a genius? I don't know what you're talking about. Are you trying to spoil the game? Don't spoil. Okay? That's the thing, like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if this applies to this game, but like, I'm just saying that just in general, like, whenever you predict stuff in like a live stream, like not just this live stream, but like any kind of live stream, even if you're right, it's still annoying. Like, even if you're wrong, it's still not. Even if you're right or wrong, you're just guessing. It's kind of annoying, isn't it? Like, I don't know. Like when you're watching a movie and you're like, I bet they're gonna like do this. It's like the whole time you're doing that. It's like, I don't know. I just want to, I just want to enjoy the movie. I don't know. Anyway, that's how I see it. Anyway, so try not to like do that too much. Anyway, let's see. What are the choices? So, what's the context? Oh yeah, usually you help her make make dinner. Okay, so I mean, seems like a bad idea considering we have claws, but let's try to help with dinner. Dinner. I wonder what's for dinner. You peek out the door, and the sound of the door opening obscured by the sound of running water. You wait for a moment, waiting for her to notice, but she doesn't seem to notice. You walk closer and closer. She jumps in surprise when you poke her shoulder, dropping the spoon in her hands. And you too jump in surprise, knocking over a few glasses and eating utensils that are sitting on the counter. They shatter on impact. What are you doing? Just stop. Just go back to your room and wait. You're making this harder for me. Just go. You flinch at her, scolding, and back away slowly, looking at her apologetically. She instead turns away from you and groans. That didn't work. She looks like she was about to cry. You walk back into your room feeling absolutely terrible. That's an amazing decision. Maybe you shouldn't have done that. She should be able to manage on her own after all. You wait around your room with not much to do. Thankfully, it isn't long before you hear the front door opening, followed by 2 pairs of footsteps. Incoherent mumbling filled the halls outside, as does the clinking of silverware. You wonder if they'd be okay with you eating with them. Probably not. Not after this morning's reaction. Either way, you in your room for something, anything to happen. Some sort of clarity, I hope, on where to go from here. I hope? I think it's you hope. Again, I think it was a typo as well. Small little mistakes, I feel like. Because, the game, the narration in particular, has been in second person, not in first person. So, anyway, you press your ear to the door, listening in on them in the dining room. I hope it's not too scary being home alone with that thing. You did keep the door locked, yes? It's fine, nothing happened. Is that really my brother, though? It's not your brother, no, of course not. Yeah, we don't even know if he can understand us or not. It really doesn't feel like him anymore. Is there no way to bring him back? Like, maybe if we... Just stop. But like, what if we just remind him that he was human? That thing was never human in the first place. But... Dad, just stop. They eat their dinner quietly, not another word being muttered. It is followed by the sound of a door closing, and then too. You feel even more isolated than this morning. You start to wonder if maybe you should have reached out to your sister or something. Refund the game? I can't refund this game. Not that I would, even if I did buy this game. I think it's fine so far, but this is an itch.io game, meaning it's free, basically. At least the base price. You donate to basically donate to the developer if you want, but this is like free. If I refund this game, I get $0 back, which is, I feel like this game is, I guess we'll see, but I like it so far, actually. Anyway, you quietly eat your meal, hoping that nothing else would happen. However, you once again feel footsteps approach, heavier this time. Waiting for a moment and hearing nothing, you creep closer. Curious, you open the door to look. It's your dad. He steps back in surprise, and you close your door in his face in equal surprise. Talk about jump scare. We already saw. I don't know. This is the same picture though we saw before. Not surprising. Well, admittedly, that was a bit rude, but you're not exactly in the mood to talk to him. Besides, he can knock if he wants to talk. But nothing happened. How do you feel about this? I save the game. Well, I'm disappointed. You know what's being worse than being angry is being disappointed, but not surprised. Well, I can't say you're surprised, but it sure still sucks. You shrug it off and plant your face in the bed again. What a day. Yeah, am I right? Why are you writing that? Why is it suddenly like using, funny spelling? You once again settle in your bed, reflecting on the things that happened today. You woke up a monster this morning, tearing your way out of your own skin. You don't hate this as much as you thought, honestly, but it's still one hell of a thing to wake up to. Of course, your family does not react kindly to this change. Perhaps you've seen this coming, or perhaps not. Either way, you can't help but feel bitterness building up. It's not like you asked for any of this. I didn't ask for this. If anything, you probably wanted their help. But they've shown themselves to be cruel, and you can't help but feel anger. Was their affection all this time just a lie? You stew in these emotions as you stare at the ceiling above you. But no sooner than you start, you let sleep overtake you. You wake to the sound of knocking. You wake up to see your dad open the door and pushing your sister inside with a bunch of things. Breakfast? She hands you your breakfast. Again, bit of a typo there. It's supposed to be narration, not Maisie talking, I feel like. And, I guess I'll leave this here too, I guess. Dad wanted you to have it. She places a bunch of books and photo albums on your bedside. She leaves as quickly as she enters, leaving you with all these items. Well, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? I will eat. You take a look at the food. Some store-bought muffins accompanied by the same yogurt and fruits from yesterday. You're really only enthusiastic about the yogurt. You already know how dry and crumbly those muffins are just by looking. Still, you take a tentative bite of it before polish off the little package of yogurt. So I wonder if there's a particular reason why we only like yogurt, Digging in, you soon hear the click of your bedroom door being locked. Probably your mom. You're not even surprised anymore. It is quickly followed by some incoherent mumblings, followed by the slam of the door. You can't be bothered to listen in. You already know the gist of things after all. It's always going to be some argument about you, which is funny because you're literally just here, chilling. Okay, why is it the tone of the narration sometimes just suddenly very casual? I don't know why. A little bit inconsistent. Either way, you place the trash into a little trash into a little trash can in your room before awkwardly washing the plate in your bathroom sink. Surely it's okay to use hand soap for this. Not like you had much of a choice here. You awkwardly set the clean plate somewhere. Now what? What do you want to do? I will save the game, again, 1 million times. Take a look at the items. Curious, your eyes head towards the various items your sister placed in your room. A photo album and some of your childhood favorite books. Anyway, now that they're all out of the house, you have the opportunity to look at the items. What do you want to look at? I guess we'll look at the photos. It's a childhood photo album containing photos of when you were a baby, up until your graduation a few years ago. It also has photos of your little sister as well as your parents. You let your curiosity overtake you as you browse through the photos. Baby photos, photos of you making your sister cry, and a bunch of other things from your childhood. There's a photo of your sister crying after you threw plastic bugs at her. And another when you got into a scuffle and ruined her haircut. You remember getting scolded hell a lot after both of these events. There are school photos for classmates from your and your sister's yearbooks. You barely remember them save for a few. You've largely left your life now. Or they've largely left your life now. And although you remember being close to them in your childhood, you can't help but wonder, Were you only friends because you were stuck together all day? I mean, that's literally the reason, for like school. You only become friends because you're always in the same location the whole time. You quickly lose contact with them finishing school. And honestly, you don't really care enough to reach out to them again. Can't help but wonder how they are, though. What are the chances that anyone aside from you turned out to be a monster too? Is it like is it infectious? Can't be just you, right? Done looking, you set aside the album. Now what? What do you want to look at? I look at books. You look at the books they left you. Funny, most are children's books you haven't touched in ages. Looking at it gives you a small blast from the past. Looking back, there was a point where you stopped sharing your life with your family. It's no surprise that they don't have stuff from you when you were still a little kid. You wonder when this started happening. It's also quite telling of how they see you, as no more than a little kid still. Did your dad think this is all you're into? You go through the books anyway, reading through them quick, and you realize, while they're good books, they don't bring you the same joys as when you were a child. It's obvious to see that you've outgrown them. Either way, they do provide a little entertainment while you're locked up in here for the day. You gladly look over the books. They still bring you a measure of joy. What's the Dr. Seuss thing? Green ham, something. Oh, the things you'll see. I don't know, anyway. But you can't help but feel sad that they're only here in your hands because your dad wants you to return to how you were. You almost think that you might appreciate it more if not for the pressure to return to how you were. To a time when you were normal. A good and normal kid. If only things were still that easy. Children's books can only distract you for so long. You set them aside once you're done looking through them. Well, I'm done looking. You're done looking. You vaguely understand that he's doing this because he's hoping for you to turn back into a human or whatever. What am I supposed to do? Grow new skin? But you already know the futility of it. You look at the items, feeling only the vague feeling that these were important moments to you before. But now they're nothing more but cute little piles of trash. Well, you hope they'll take it back later. If anything, you pity him for trying so hard for something impossible. While some part of you longs to go back to how things were, that's just not possible. You set them aside. Locked in your... so much typos. Locked in your room, with not much else to do, you simply idle about in your room. Sure, you have plenty of unfinished business, but none of that really matters now, does it? With no one to talk to, nothing to do, and nowhere else to go. I mean, no internet? This is truly, torture. It isn't so wild to think about running away, right? Still, you take one last cursory look around the room. With nothing left for you, you look towards the window. You open the window by your bed. The fenced backyard barely emerging into the woods just beyond. The freshness of the air beckoning to leave your little gilded cage. You take a tentative step out, your feet touching the ground outside with a generous thud. The fence is a bit high to climb, but it isn't difficult for your claws to dig into them. You tumble outside clumsily, for a second worried that someone's seen you. But the lushness of the forest, the feel of the fresh air on your skin, washes away your worries. The grass and the ground, the crunching of the leaves all feel so good. Adrenaline rushes in your blood, the twigs and wind bouncing off your hardened skin. When was the last time you felt this free? Your claws, your armored skin, and your heart all long to be out here. You take your time in the forest and watch the darkness settle as the sun sinks back into the horizon. But as the darkness hits, fear starts to seep in. The forest is wild and unfamiliar. You know no one, and nothing out here. And despite the longing, you do not know if you can call it home. You look back at the fenced building, that familiar little cage. It is then you realize you have nowhere to go but home. You carefully climbed the backyard fencing and was hoping to creep back inside unnoticed, but of course things are never that easy. Okay, well I was hoping we would just run into the forest and just live as a crazy forest monster. What do you think you're doing, you crazy monster? Oh shit, what if the neighbors saw him? We're gonna get evicted for sure. Do you realize what you just did? Are you insane going out like that? See what I told you, you can't reason with this thing. It was useless after all. You stupid piece of shit. What? You're not leaving this place, you parasite. Do you realize what you just did? Do you realize we were protecting you by letting you stay here? Why can't you just be grateful? Shouldn't even be surprised. You're no better than an animal after all. Your dad rushes past, tools in hand. Seems like they're determined to keep you in no matter what. You wince with each hit of the hammer behind you as he bores up the window. What do you think will happen if someone saw you? They'll call the cops, you know. What do you think they'll do to a disgusting monster like you? They'll get rid of a monster like you, that's what. And you know what? Maybe you deserve it. It's done. Get inside. And this time, stay inside. Oh, it's weird. They reused that picture, even though that's supposed to be the father. Anyway, you hear the click of the door, followed by its locks. In the darkness, you can barely see anything, not even your hands. You can barely see the crack of the light from under the door. You hear the front door open. It must be Maisie. That's how you pronounce it, right? Maisie? I'm not sure. I never know how to pronounce names properly. You stick your ear to the wall, listening in. I can't find him. Don't worry about that. That thing came back on its own and sure won't be getting out anytime soon. Maybe it would have been better if it doesn't come back here. Let it be someone else's problem. That's... She's right. It didn't help after all. And we can't afford to lose this house. I told you, it was a lost cause. He's gone. Silence envelops the house as a foreboding feeling sinks into you. Mourning for you when you're right here, they've written you off as dead. They don't even consider you human, let alone family. This is no longer a place you can belong to. Anywhere else would be better than here. You shouldn't have come back. There's nothing left for you here. It was wrong to come back, you conclude. You need to leave. You need to get out of here. Even the wilderness would be a better place than this suffocating home. They've boarded up your bedroom window, and while you can try to pry it open, there's no way they won't hear you do so. There's still the bathroom window, though. Sure, it's a little small, but it's your best bet. You feel your way around the darkness, opening the bathroom door as softly as you can. You creep in, the faint moonlight from the bathroom window guiding you. I was wondering, why is everything dark? And they just literally turn off the frickin' electricity to the room, you know, in the breaker, I guess. You can't even turn on the lights. But yeah, you creep in, the faint moonlight from the bathroom window guiding you. The window is a little high up, but the toilet right below gives you the extra height you need to reach it. You contort yourself to try and fit into the window. The exoskeleton makes it difficult, and the gentle cracking noise alarms you. But you push through anyway. Whether it's your exoskeleton or the window that breaks doesn't matter to you. You already know you won't leave this place uninjured. What's most important is that you get out of here alive. You land with a thud, louder than you expect. And you hear the door of your room opening. You run. You keep running. You run until you don't hear the screams anymore. You look past your shoulder, the house becoming smaller and smaller with every step you take. And soon, it disappears from your sight. You look back one last time. A pang of longing hits you, and yet at the same time, relief. The place you called home is no more. But the world is so wide, it's kind of like a world wide web. No, you'll find a new one. You have to. Ending 4, run away. Thus we become like a weird monster of the forest. You know, we just hang out in there forever, I guess. We don't get Wi-Fi there, unfortunately. That sucks. Anyway, so that's one ending. So obviously, there are more endings to get, so let's see if we can get even more. But I assume that's the, I guess we just ignore everything about our past self kind of ending, right? I don't know if I messed up with there was a scene of the sister about how, doing her homework. I wonder if I messed up, in that situation somehow, I don't know. Alright. Live happily ever after. I mean, I don't know, maybe you're we have claws, so we can hunt. I don't know. I'm assuming we eat meat. We just kill and eat meat. Num num num. All right, let's see. Well, I don't know. I guess I'll just try to figure out on my own. I guess we're gonna go a little bit quick because I just want to get all the endings. Then there are like 5 endings in total. We got 2 of those so far, so only 3 left. I just don't know. I don't know. Okay, the only other outcome I can think of is like just like, you know, care, you know, about our past self. You can also hide. Okay, let's see. Let's go over here. Let's go over here. Actually, let's load this. Let's go over here. Let's hide this time. Not wanting to anyone to see you like this, you scramble towards the bathroom door, slamming it shut and locking it behind you. Oh good. You're awake then. Hurry up and get your breakfast, okay? You hear her walking away from your room and you sigh in relief. You know you can't hide her forever, right? Anyway, now that you're in the bathroom, what do you do? Alright. I don't know if this changes much, but like instead of, you know, showing ourselves right at the beginning, you know, we don't for a little bit. Let's breathe. You take a second to compose yourself. Now what? Look at the mirror. Your curiosity gets the better of you. You approach the sink once more, this time eyes on the mirror. What looks back at you isn't at all how you remember yourself. You're taller than you remember. Pieces of your old skin cling onto you, barely covering the red underneath. Sharp edges and hardened, fleshy masses is about all you can make out. It's like staring at an image that doesn't make anything, but isn't quite abstract. You know you have hands and eyes and something that looks like a mouth that you can open and close at will, but that's all about you can make out of it. Kinda cool? No. Okay, this might matter. Okay, I don't know. I'm gonna do this. I guess we'll say gross. Ugh. Just a glimpse of the mirror makes you horribly sick. You wish this was all just a bad dream. Why couldn't you just be normal? You already know this will make your life much harder. But then again, it's not like you had a choice in the matter. Wallow in misery. I am in misery. There ain't nobody who can comfort me. And then, and there's the meme songs like racist plus racist. No. Well, fair enough, I guess. Wake up and realizing you aren't who you thought you were can't be easy. How are you gonna face your family like this? What would they think of you? Will they love you still? It's hard to tell, isn't it? Still, you can't exactly crawl back into that suffocating pupa now. It's alright, bud. Take your time. Better. Let's get back to it. Alright, okay, we don't really have a choice. At the end of the day, we still gotta get help. Gotta get help. I mean, that's what the misery, you know, reminds me of. There's also the other, what's the one from Imagine Dragons? It's that other meme song that a lot of people like to hate, you know? Like, everybody wants to be my enemy. Oh, the misery, you know? I don't know. I just reminds... I only know songs if it's like a meme. If it comes from a meme, then I know it. Otherwise, I do not know music. Other than, like, anime songs. Or, like, Vocaloid songs. Anyway, yeah, okay, so... not much to do here. Maybe it's better if you just went out and asked for help. You knock on your room's door, gaining your family's attention. It is your mother who gets up first and approaches the door. Hey, everything alright? You try your best to explain to her what happened, hoping to prepare them for this. But it doesn't work. Alright, I gotta go skip because, yeah, I think we already seen all that. So I think the way it works is like, yeah, there's like some kind of like system where you click on certain decisions and then you will get a certain ending if you choose like a particular thing. Like I'm assuming if you choose options where you miss your old self, then you'll get a particular ending as well. Guess we'll leave the room. Living room. What if we try to get back to how I was? Looking at you fills you with a deep longing. If only you were still normal. If only you were still human. If you regret having taken your family's affection for granted. Why couldn't you just live a normal and happy, or why couldn't you just live as a normal and happy family? As a normal and happy child. Why must you transform into this hideous creature? You hold on this piece of you, wishing you could crawl back into it. But even if you could, your family already knows that you aren't one of them. Still, one can only hope. You hold on to the piece of skin, holding it gently as not to ruin it any more than you have. Okay, that's kind of it. Skip, skip, skip. Nothing here. Skip, skip, skip. I'm going to take this back with me, even though I remember I feel like a typo where we said we left it alone, but like we took it back anyway. I don't know. Anyway, take it back with me. Nostalgia grips you as you hold a picture of your old life. You wish things weren't the way they are now. Why couldn't things just stay as they were? You take the picture with you, hoping that your family does not notice nor mind. Skip. I don't know. I wonder if like relationship with the sister matters too. Like if that affects an ending. I don't know. I'm gonna try like not. Yeah, I'm just gonna say what for this time. What would you even write? Thanks for bringing me some food. She was quick to write you off as a thing too. You shrug. With nothing else to do here, you walk back out. Okay. You take the framed picture, carry it as gently as you can. You carry the cocoon in your arms and lay it on the chair by your bed. Cocoon? I'm not sure what they mean by that. Is it maybe the skin? I don't know. You're not sure what you're trying to achieve by doing this. Perhaps you're a little attached to your past self. Perhaps it's something else. Regardless, it watches you by your bedside. Okay, so maybe we took the skin. Anyway, you wake to the sound of the door opening. You watch as a youthful hand peeks through the slit in the door, picking up the leftover food that she left you early this morning. You get out of bed. The rustling sound informs her of your presence. She halts for a moment, but peeks in after hearing nothing else for a few seconds. She throws a glance at your cocoon in the chair next to you for a second, but doesn't say anything. I wave. You awkwardly wave her. She awkwardly waves back. Okay. Bloop. So do you remember me? Nod. Yes. You nod again. So she was asking about homework. And you're wondering, can either nod your head or wonder if she actually asked that. Did she ask that? You don't recall anything like that. She's never asked for your help with homework before. Is she testing you? You tilt your head at the question. Wait, no. It wasn't you who asked? Well, that's fine. She smiled at you, a smile that makes you a tad bit uneasy, but you shrug it off. Interesting. Well, either way, good to know that you can still, understand us. Not ideal, but we can still communicate by writing, I guess. Not being able to talk sucks ass. You try talking, but your mouth just is simply ill-equipped for words. All you made were some noises. It frustrates you quite a bit, considering how talking used to come so naturally. Sure, there's other methods of communication like writing and body language, but they rely on having the other person's full attention on you. And not only you're not easy to look at, it's also uncomfortable even for you. Sensing your discomfort, your sister looks at you with worry. This sucks, huh? I mean, we can learn sign language, I guess, but it requires me to actually look at you when I talk. Or you have to bring around pen and paper or something, I guess. Inconvenient. You're probably thinking it's inconvenient, right? Your sister, however, seems to have an idea. Well, if we have something auditory, maybe we should learn Morse code? No, actually, isn't there something easier? Wait, I'm sure there is. Let me try and recall. She leaves the room with renewed vigor. Honestly, that could go a lot worse. You were a bit surprised at how chill she was about the whole monster thing. A very stark contrast to your parents, but you're glad she doesn't hate you. But now that she's out of the room, you're once again left to your own devices. Okay. So interesting. That went down a lot differently. I guess it is like the third choice or whatever. You're not supposed to nod again because it seems suspicious. But like it's weird because the narration implied that we knew what that was. To like read through her essay, like we knew what that was though. So that's kind of weird. Just false memories. Save again. Obviously, if you try to help her, I remember that it didn't work, so I guess we won't do it. I don't think it's quite okay for you to go out about just yet. Would she be uncomfortable with you going out and about like this, you decide going against out and helping going again like 3 times. Maybe once, or rather if they get used to seeing you like this. Instead, you choose to stay in the room. You wonder if it's okay with you eating with them? Probably not. Well, maybe your sister would be okay with it, but probably not your parents. Okay, skip. Oh. When your sister comes in, your wish is granted when you hear footsteps approaching. Okay, hold on. Let me read the previous part, actually. Either way, you wait in your room for something, anything to happen. Some sort of clarity, you hope, on where to go from here. Your wish is granted when you hear footsteps approaching, followed by the creak of the door opening. You see your sister looking away from you, guilt in her eyes. She shakes her head slightly, telling you that your parents didn't want you at the table with them. To be honest, you saw this coming already, but it still genuinely sucks. You shrug, hoping she understands that it isn't her fault. In any case, she drops off your dinner. You eat with some difficulty. A sense of isolation and dread sipping in as you can't help but hear the clinks and mumbles outside. Sipping in? Or sleeping? Slipping in, rather, I think. That's supposed to be the word there. You press your ear to the door again, catching a semblance of their conversation. He understands us. He probably remembers us and himself. Isn't it just mean? It's not like he decided to be a monster. And we all lived as a family for so long. Don't you understand? That thing is your brother. That gives you an excuse to lock him up? Cool. You don't understand how a mother feels. Hey, now, both of you. So what? Are you gonna throw him out just like that? After treating him like a son for 20 years now? Are you gonna kick me out the moment I become anything but your ideal child too? Maisie. I'm going back to my room. Do your own dishes this time. She stomps away, closing her door with a massive slam that scares even you. It's your first time seeing your sister like this, and it's most likely your parents' first time too. But, she's got a point, you know. Maybe you would just remind him how he was before, we could stop the... Not you too. That thing isn't our son. You need to wake up. That thing was and never will be our child. You hear your mom walk away from the dining room, followed by the slam of the door. You quietly eat your meal, hoping that nothing else would happen. However, you once again hear footsteps approach, heavier this time. Waiting... Oh, okay, this is the same, actually. Okay. Here we go. What a cowardly follow. Let's say this time. Let's say this time. Huh, he doesn't even have the guts to face you anymore. Is it disgust? Is it guilt? Or something else? Either way, it pisses you off. You plant your face on the bed, waiting for the day to pass. Your slumber is interrupted with yet another knock on your door. This time, however, is your sister. Hey, can I come in? You step away from the door, letting her enter. You probably heard all that, right? I'm okay. I'm okay now. I've calmed down, I think. Anyway, I did say I was going to look this up. She hands you a piece of paper with some scribbles on it. It's tap code. Easier than Morse code, I promise. Tap code? I didn't know that existed. Well, less memorization at least. You just gotta remember AFLQV. That seems hard. You tap according to the designated rows first, and then the column. Is this a gameplay mechanic? Do I need to remember this? You tap according to the designated rows first, and then the column. Okay. So I guess hi would be tap tap, tap tap tap. Okay, so tap tap. Wait. How many taps though? A tap, like tap tap 2, and then wait, no, rows first, right? So tap tap. Tap, tap, tap. Okay, rows first and then column. Okay, I was thinking columns first for some reason. No, rows first. Tap, tap, and then tap, tap, tap is H. And then tap, 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 tap is I. Hi. Yep, that sounds right. You're not sure if this is better than just writing, but it seems simple enough, if perhaps a bit slow. And of course, no need to fiddle trying to grip a pencil with these armored hands. Got it? Yeah. Oh, you can shorthand yes with just K, by the way. okay. Just like texting on a phone or something. Huh. Isn't this kind of fun? It's kind of like a secret code, isn't it? Well, I guess it really is one. Well, it's a bit slow, but at least you don't have to carry around pen and paper, huh? TY. Thank you. Oh, that's a good idea. Acronyms are good for this, I feel. Actually, in real life, by the way, I hate acronyms. I actually, when I text on the phone or whatever, I do not like shortening things or like using abbreviations because it's always confusing. I dislike acronyms. But anyway. I know, right? Okay. IKR. Now, with this new method of communication, you can ask her some questions if you like. So, do you ask her anything? Let's see. You're not scared? You okay? Am I okay? Am I okay? I'm fine, I think. What do you mean? Not scary. She thinks for a second, trying to understand what it is you're asking. Me. Oh, well, I guess it takes some getting used to, but I mean, I'm fine, I guess. It's not like you try to commit murder or anything. Yet. Fair. Besides, it's kind of cool to have my bro turn into an SCP. Okay, why is it an SCP reference? Thank God you aren't Keter class, I think. What? Oh, yeah, never mind that. I'm okay, can't say the same for Mom and Dad, though. They sure are taking it rough, though Dad seems to think you turned back or something. If only. I figured you would have done so if you could. Do our parents know about this? They don't know? About? Tap. No, I didn't tell them. I don't think they'd be happy to know that I'm talking to you in the first place. Do you want me to teach them? It might make day-to-day easier. I don't know. No, not yet. I don't know. My lips are sealed until you say otherwise. Okay. That's it. Thank you. Thank you. Actually, I don't know what that means. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I don't like acronyms because I'm like, what does this mean? I can interpret this as an infinite amount of ways. You know, I'm not infinite, I guess. There's, I guess, a limit to the English language, but still. Talk to you later. Yes, okay. See, it takes me a moment. I'm like, what does it stand for? I don't know. I can't keep up with all these abbreviations and these acronyms. Youngsters these days. Why can't you just spell out the entire word? Come on. Just type faster. Okay, I'll go back to my room. See ya. See ya. I'm freaking old, okay? I'm old! These youngsters, if they're like slang. But she closes the door carefully behind her. You feel relief wash over you after talking to her. At least you're someone who can talk, or who you can talk to and chill with the whole monster thing, I guess. You're glad you reached out to her, and now both of you have found a way to communicate that's not just writing. You can't imagine what it would be like to have no one by your side. It's almost terrifying to think of. Okay, so interesting. So now we have a better relationship for her sister, and obviously that might affect the ending. Skip! No, your family does not react kindly, but your sister has. She even found you a better way to communicate with you. At the very least, makes you leave less alone. Skip! Oh. Maisie comes in, gives you a bunch of books and albums, and you're like, WTF? Dude, I have no idea, okay? He's like convinced that you could turn back or something, I guess. I don't know, man. Lol. If only. She sighs, exasperated. Alright. Actually, this time I will eavesdrop. You decide to eavesdrop before they leave the house to get some context. Lock the door. What? I didn't hear you lock the door. Lock it. What if that thing goes out and rampages? You hear the hesitant click of the door being locked. Cool, cool, cool. Again, cool, cool, cool. Why is that cool, cool, cool then? It's just weird to me. It's like a thing that the developer would say. Like, it's just a thing they say. Cool, cool, cool. You know, like it feels weird because, look, a narrator is supposed to be impartial. You know, they're not supposed to have like a weird thing they say. You know, I don't know. So, how is he? Why don't you go yourself? Why don't you go yourself instead of asking me? I would, but that said, huh? You rather sacrifice me to the monster than go in yourself? It's almost refreshing to see her so sarcastic against your parents. Maisie. I'm leaving. I don't want to talk about this anymore. He's your son. You should be the one taking care of him instead of me. The silo door echoes. Maisie, you're grounded. Oh, now are you gonna make me stay home with him? Huh. You hypocrite. You can barely hear her stomping away. I swear to God, when did that kid get so rebellious? That's all because of that thing. You should have killed that thing when you had the chance. What the hell? You barely done anything else outside eating and sleeping. You did the worst thing of all, existing. But what if it could turn back? What if that really is our son? Have you seen that thing? That's not human. Nothing but disgusting vermin. Let's just try this first, okay? They quietly leave, and you hear the door shutting behind them. Alright. Hello, Gia? Gia? By the way. I've already got an ending in this game, so, you know, there's gonna be some skipping around. I'm just trying to get, like, a different ending. But this part I've already seen, so I'm gonna skip. You know, if you want to watch the whole playthrough, actually, you can watch it later in the VOD. Or maybe way later, you know, when I upload it, it's like its own, like, individual video, you know? Eventually, I turn these streams into videos, you know, just on the YouTube channel, but it's been so slow these days because I've been so busy. I don't have time to, like, edit. Even though it's not much editing, it still takes time. Float albums, I guess. You look at the last page of the album, your graduation photo is missing from it. It's with you right here, after all. Kinda cute they decided to display and frame this one. You want to keep the memories with you. You decide to keep the picture. Okay, yeah, it's just saying that because we took the picture earlier. Slight difference there. And we look at the book, the same thing. And we're done looking. Well, I don't know what matters. I'm making so many saves. Also can upload sync. What does that even mean? I actually don't know what that means. What does upload sync? That's a new option. I have never seen that in REMP before. I'm assuming upload to the cloud or something. How's that work? You're done looking. Skippity skip skip skip. You look at the pieces of your skin resting in the armchair near your bed. It doesn't look much like you anymore. In fact, it barely looks like anything anymore at all. You almost can't believe that used to be human. That used to be a part of you. Is it time to let go? There's no option. Yes. The piece of skin has since lost all moisture. A gentle gesture is no longer enough to keep it up. You never had a choice in the first place. Its facade quickly becoming unrecognizable. Soon, only one of you will remain. You give it one last goodbye. It slips through your fingers like sand, but you lean in anyway. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you and goodbye. The last remnants of that facade is nothing but a pile of white. You open the window and let it scatter. You look as they fly freely, the winds and the freshness of the air just beckoning you to leave your gilded little cage. Okay, we also leave again. They get angry. Like, we leave, and then we're like, actually, being outside's not so great, and they come back, and they're like, what the heck are you doing here? You need to stay inside. And they freaking, like, board up the window, whatever. And then Maisie comes back, and says, I can't find him. Don't worry about that. They came back. Let it be, yeah. Okay, so, are you insane? He's your son. My son is dead. You're serious? You really rather have him dead and different. You're insane. You're both insane. Dad, why did you stop her? It's no use after all. That thing is just... You're both shit parents, you know that? Do you even know how hard it is to raise kids? Oh, so your idea of raising kids is to lock them inside when unexpected changes happen? You're fucking insane. Watch your mouth. Make me, bitch. What? You... Both of you? Stop. What are you gonna say? That I'm grounded? Well, guess what, dear father? I'm already grounded twice over. Maisie. Fuck off. I'm going back to my room. Okay. Those words were followed by loud stomps and topped off with a massively satisfying slam of the door. A moan of silence follows through the entire house before tired sighs were heard. You sit in the darkness, ruminating your options. You wait until you hear your parents enter the room as you think about your options. The logical thing to do in this case is to run away, right? But considering how this escalated, you aren't sure it'll be wise to leave your sister in a place like this. But it's not like she could stay with you either. You feel your way around the room, finding your way to the wall adjacent to her room. You make a gentle, rhythmic tap, hoping to get her attention. Thankfully, she seems to notice and taps back. You okay? I don't know. Why return? Why indeed? Some part of you already knew that you've outgrown this place. There's no space for you here. The home you know and love is long gone. I don't know. Go. Is she telling you to escape? Where? Any. You wait for her to say something else, and nothing comes. The house creaks and groans in the night as you tentatively tap the wall. Alright, that's that then. You pretty much agree with her. You shouldn't have come back. But you're also a little glad you did. At least you get to tell her. And perhaps hearing her tell you to get out of here gives you the confidence you needed to leave for good. You think of your options to escape. You could probably tear out the planks of your boarded-up window, but that'll probably make a lot of noise. There's a small ventilation window in the bathroom that you might fit in, though. Are you gonna vent? That's sus. And you can probably also break the door, but that'll definitely get your parents' attention. Asking Macy to unlock is another option, definitely the least noisy. So, where would you go from here? What do you need to bring? Clothes, ID card, some money too, I guess. Aren't you glad you took that part-time job last semester? Also, ID card, how's that gonna work? You look completely different. Some documents like your birth certificate are outside. You may need to leave without them. Can you rent your own place like this? Well, it's worth a try anyway. You reckon even being out in the wild might be better than staying here. You collect what little things you could carry with you when you hear the subtle click of the door. Your sister peeks in and gives a slight nod. Well, that was easier than you expected. You peek out, looking around. The house is dark and empty, no noise from your parents. Granted, it's a little late. Your sister throws you a small bag before opening the front door. You peek into the bag, has the documents you are missing. How the hell did she even... Marriage date. They should have chosen something a little harder. Wait, I don't know what that means, to be honest. Marriage date? I don't know. Like arranged marriage? I don't know. How's that related? I actually don't know what the connection there is. Maybe I'm dumb. Anyway, you've been seeing your more rebellious side these days. You can't even say you're surprised anymore. Was she always like this? I guess that makes sense. Even you stopped sharing stuff with your parents a while back. So, you have plans on where to go? You shake your head. She looks a little worried. You sure you're gonna be okay? You shrug. Well, it's gotta be better than staying here, I guess. Well, I mean, if anything happens, come visit, I guess. When they're not around, of course. Honestly, I don't even think they'll even look for you. I won't be even surprised if an... obit? Obit ran in the papers tomorrow? I don't know what an obit is. Is that a typo or is it just something I don't know? I have no idea. Obit. Obituary? You mean obituary, maybe? Is that what she means? Again, I hate slang. You know, I hate like shortened versions of words. You can't even argue with that. I don't get why you chose to stay. Isn't it suffocating? I can't wait to graduate so I can get my own space and get out of here. I can't believe you chose to stay and live at home when you could get out of college, out of town, and get your own place. Well, don't need to pay rent and utilities, free food. You know, it's just economic. You know, it's just economical, rather. You shrug again. She's right, I guess. Most people would do that one day. If they can, at least. You were probably scared of leaving home. Losing all the comforts of your home and starting again. You probably thought that it's okay even if you have to play the role of a good, normal son every day. But it's not like there's much of a choice now. Not when your own parents want you dead. Either way, come visit if you need anything, I guess. Mom and Dad will disagree, but, mi casa, tu casa? Is that the right phrase? It's Spanish, right? It's my home is your home? Something like that? But I thought it was different. Anyway, I'll even leave the windows unlocked for you. But yeah, you better survive until I get my own place, right? We'll both make it out of here. Yeah, we'll both make it out of here. Saying your final silent goodbyes, you look one last time at the place you've called home all your life. You hear the door close quietly behind you. You don't look back. Ending 5, leaving home. Like a picture there. Again, this game is actually based on, I believe, Karl Franz. No, not Karl Franz. That's like Warhammer. No, was it? Franz Kafka. Metamorphosis. So, it's a reference to that, you know? Because in the original story, I believe what this game is based on is like the character turns into a fly or whatever. And it's a very similar setting where the family is like disgusted, you know? It's like, oh, what the heck? You're a fly now? And then they can't do much. It's actually a very depressing story, is from what I've read anyway. But let's see. So that's another ending. I think that's kind of the good ending. But like I didn't get all the endings yet, so I still gotta get more endings. So I don't know. The way I'm probably gonna edit is maybe leave that for like the last ending that I show on the video itself. But obviously I can't time travel in real life, so can't do that right now. I'll probably do that when I edit it. But there's still more stuff. So I wonder, like maybe like there's endings you can get like if you don't you know, get the sister's trust, basically. Like if you don't get the sister's trust, but you do other things, maybe a different thing happens? Maybe? I don't know. Let's see. Ooh, I didn't mean to do that. I'm gonna try to press number 3. Number 3 here. I guess load this one? Maybe? I'm not sure. I don't know which one to load. There's this one. Yeah, this one's like when we get her trust. If we nod her head again, then she like doesn't trust us anymore. How many endings are there? I think there's 5. It says there on the store page. We got one. We got one from the beginning by continuing to sleep. Another one is nobody trusts us. We ran away. And the ending we just got was like, I guess, getting our sister's trust and then running away. It seems like. I don't know what, like, I don't know. It seems like no matter what, we like run away, but like, I don't know. I guess we'll see. Anyway, so let's nod our head. And she's like, she doesn't trust us anymore. She turns dark. Kind of indicates that she's unfamiliar with us anymore. You try to help with dinner, and then it's like, oh, she hates us. What a cowardly father. Okay, eavesdrop. I wonder if the conversation is different, right? No? Maybe not. Skip. Skip. I wonder if this is the same. Let's see. Skip. Let go. Whether you like it or not, leaving glittery flakes in its wake. Never had trust in the first place. Give it one last goodbye. Okay, that seems to be the same, actually. It ended way too quick, but it seemed to just end the same, actually, as far as I know, anyway. I guess... Well, let's... I have to go from the very beginning. Okay, let's start from the very beginning. Because I felt like I was trying to, like... in the last ending that we got, I was trying to specifically, you know, be nostalgic about our past selves is the idea. And like, it seems like we get the same ending if we don't get our sister's trust. So I think that's what affects it. So either way, I guess the initial ending that I got when we ran away was also being nostalgic. So I don't know, let's... I guess... Okay, let's try to get help. Let's, I don't know, let's leave the room maybe. Leave the room, go to the living room. Let's get rid of our skin suit, you know, let's do that. Seeing it fills you with discomfort. Watching your parents clean this pathetic piece of skin while you're right there. The fact that rather cling to the remnants of your old self is definitely a recipe for trouble. It's better to get rid of this thing now rather than later. I rip it apart. You rip it apart with your claws, sharing bits and pieces of your razor-sharp mandibles, and soon there's nothing left of what you once were. The paper-thin facade of your old self, giving under your new monstrous body, almost feels cathartic. After all, what's the point of hanging on to something you obviously aren't? What's the point of holding on to the fickle affection of those who turn against you at the drop of a hat? Maybe it isn't so bad after all, being a monster. A monster. Dining area. Master bedroom. What do you think of this pictured frame or framed picture? I don't want to look at it. Looking at the picture only reminds you of how your family treated you this morning. How easily you believe their fickle affections. You almost laugh for your past naivety. You easily smash the framed picture of your chitness hands. I still don't know how to pronounce that, by the way. Is it chitness or chitness? Someone says chitness because CH, right? Like chips, but like sometimes it's different. I don't know. The sharp pieces of glass and wood tearing the family within. You leave the pieces where they were, scattered all around. After all, your armored skin won't be hurt by it. Skip. What for? I'm gonna say what for this time. Go back inside. Okay. So this time we're kind of like vandalizing everything, you know? So like, let's see. Maisie's asking, do we remember? What if we say no? I don't know. Kind of lying, but like, nah. Oh, okay. You see disappointment flash in our eyes. Good. It's better than nothing at all indeed. There's more to communicating outside of talking, of course, writing and body language. You're sure that you'd be okay even without verbal communication. Anyway, go prepare for dinner, I guess. Glad we cleared things up, though. Alright. Skip! What if we try to help with dinner? I don't know, let's see. It seems the same, actually. Seems the same. So actually, I'm gonna go back and choose not to help. I don't know if it matters. What a cowardly father. Skip. Eavesdrop. They say the same things. Eat. Take a look at the items. I'm done looking. I don't know. I would choose not to look. I don't know if it matters. Skip. You leave, come back. No, it seems to be the same. God damn it. Darn it. It seems to be the same. Hello, Myrak, by the way. I already did like a few endings of this game, so I already went through a whole bunch. That's why I'm skipping a whole bunch, by the way. I feel like I gotta explain myself, but like I've already went through a playthrough, you know, just now, a few times, and I'm trying to get different endings. So that's why I'm skipping a whole bunch. I guess. All right, I'll look at the. You know, I'll save some time. I think there's a walkthrough, so let me just look real quick. What affects it? Okay, let's see. Yeah, I mean, I think there's two endings. Okay, there's two endings that I didn't get. And I feel like I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'll try again, I guess. This is a step-by-step. Okay, I'm just looking at the hints. And it's like, yeah. So, there's an ending where... ironically, the ending where I was trying to, like, get number 4 was actually to not be, like, bad, basically. Not be like, you hate everybody. And number 5 as well is the same ending, except you get close to your sister. But there's also an... Okay, let's see. Bam, 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 badam, bam, bam, bam. I guess we'll try that. I don't know. Books. Yeah, you just late. That's ending 4. I keep getting ending 4. I don't know. I can't stop getting ending 4. Oy. I can like... You know what? Actually, wasn't there one where... Let's see. Where's the one? I swear there was... Which one was it? I don't know. That's the latest one I had. Help with dinner and everything. There's also this one. this one. Oh yeah, there's the one where like we can walk around and everything. Hmm. Okay, let's just start. Let's start from the beginning again. Let's do this again. All right. Let's see. Can you say bad words? I mean, I was gonna say I'm distracted. Generally, it depends on the context. You know, if you just spam bad words for no reason, that's just weird. So don't do that, I guess. But like, just kind of depends on the context usually. You like my Perfect Apocalypse videos? I mean, yeah, those are my popular videos for some reason. I keep saying for some reason. I mean, I know the reason because Manly Bad Hero played like the first, part of Perfect Apocalypse. I never played the rest of the sequels, so I did. But I didn't do it in reaction to him doing content. I don't think I did it on my own. Really, I've already did play Perfect Apocalypse. I think even before him. I think. And then people just ended up like going to my other videos because no one else did it. Right? It's the perfect storm of like there was demand for people to watch gameplay of Perfect Apocalypse, but no one else did videos of it, and I did, right? So that's that's a secret of YouTube. Just do things other people didn't do, that other people want. It's supply and demand, economics 101. The only problem is like obviously I can't predict that at all, whether or not people want to watch like a certain thing necessarily. So I don't know. I just do my own thing. Anyway, sleep it off. Okay, so what if I just sleep it off and don't leave the room? I don't know if there's anything. Okay, so you're too tired to deal with anything, you crash into bed with heavy thud. Maybe this is all a bad dream. But who knows? Maybe you wish hard enough, you'll wake up normal again. Like, how do I make her, like, how do I don't know, like, what if I nod head? Oh no. Hard to say, you're still a brother, are you not? Hard to tell. I don't know, we're gonna shake our head. We're just gonna say no. Good enough. Cowardly. I don't know what affects it. If we eavesdrop, what does that do? What the hell? What the hell? Okay. Eat. Take a look at items. What are we playing? Or what we believe playing? What are we playing? If you look at the stream title, it's in there. If you look at the description as well, there's all the links to the potential games I'm playing. This is a little bit longer than I thought, though. I thought it was going to be like an hour in total. But as it turns out, like it's taken quite a while to get all different endings. So it might be looking a bit longer than that. Anyway, books. Looking. Still the same ending, it seems like, as far as I know. At least when I skip. When I skipped it, I don't know. It'd be bad if I skipped the ending. I don't think though, because usually when you skip, at least in the options here, it does not skip like unseen text, unless you enable this option. So when I skip the end there, like it's the same text we saw before. All right, whatever. I'm gonna look at the. Let's see. I'm gonna look at the thing here. Ah, okay. Ending 2 is like an early choice, huh? All right. Okay. Okay. I have to start from the very beginning, I guess. I'll start from the beginning. So there's an ending 2, and ending 2 is actually something you have to do very early on. So, okay, move your hands. Go to very specific struggle. Next thing you do is get help. Sleep it off. Right? And then... But then I guess I just get this, right? Which is not correct. I'm supposed to get... I feel like I'm supposed to get an ending here, but like I get this ending for some reason. It's weird. Because we choose Sleep It Off, it's supposed to go somewhere else. I don't know, maybe. Because I remember if I chose Sleep It Off. Let me save the game here, just in case. Because according to the developer's guide, after you choose Sleep It Off, you're supposed to choose something called Stare, but there's no Stare. It's just this again, which is annoying. They have a blah blah blah. Yeah, and I get that ending again. I feel like there's a glitch. I think, as far as I know anyway, I feel like there's a bit of a bug where you're supposed to get an ending number 2. Unless... Oh, no, wait, hold on. No. Okay, here, no. I did do something wrong, I think. It says here, when you choose struggle, you have to choose the 3rd struggle? That's strange. Okay, let's choose this struggle. I guess? I don't know if that matters. Why does that matter? I don't know why, but let's see. Let's get help. And then Sleep It Off? No, I still get the same thing. I still get the same ending, it seems like. And it's just this, I think. Oh, no. That was different. Wait. Okay, so that was different somehow. I don't know how that... Okay, whatever. It's strange, but... Okay. Let's go back here. So I guess this is new. All right. This is the new part. I did all that. So there's very specific decisions I had to make, and it's kind of obscure, to be honest. Like, I wasn't really sure what affected whatever, but like I guess we just chose options that you know, didn't really, like, we didn't really be nostalgic about anything. We just kind of like do nothing, you know? Anyway, you once again settle in your bed, reflecting on the things that happened today. You woke up a monster this morning, tearing your way out of your own skin. Of course, your family does not react kindly to this change. Perhaps you've seen this coming, or perhaps not. Thankfully, your sister seems to react a little better than your parents. She even found you a way to communicate with you again, despite your current form. That really makes you less alone. Okay. You stew in these emotions as you stare at the ceiling above you. You hope this is just a nightmare. Who knows? Maybe you'll be yourself again tomorrow. You bury yourself under the blankets as if it was a chrysalis you were desperate to go back in. Hoping that you could turn back time and end this nightmare. The darkness claims you. Words are purred for a time long gone, never quite leaving your mouth. Where did things go wrong? How can you go back? Why did you change? Why did you turn into a monster? The void doesn't answer. I want to go back. I want to go back. You pray, fervently, but there's no reply. Once again, you wake up to darkness. Ending 2, Red Dragonflies. Okay, so that's an ending. That was kind of a hard ending to get. I don't know, I wasn't sure how to get that one specifically, exactly. But basically, you just kind of don't explore, you know? You sleep it off, you don't really do much. I don't think the sister matters. Your relationship with your sister doesn't matter too much, I think. But basically, you just kind of like don't do anything. And then you get locked into that. It's kind of strange though, because the hints for at least the developer gives you in the store page is also kind of vague. I don't know what that means. But anyway, all right, we got that ending down though. But let's see. My mouse is cutting a bit. I don't know what you mean. Like, is it on the screen? I guess, I mean, it's kind of hard to avoid that. I try to move it out of the way sometimes, but it is sometimes just here. As long as it's not, like, completely, like, ruining the game, is it? I don't know, it's just a small mouse. I don't know what Haribos is. Can I play Yandere Simulator? Wasn't there, like, a whole controversy about Yandere Simulator? Didn't he get cancelled? I don't know. I think. I remember I used to be on ground zero for Yandere Simulator, actually. You know, I never actually did any videos on it, but like I knew about it from the very beginning, actually. I knew it from like its conception. Like the whole idea was gonna be like an anime girl Hitman game, right? That was kind of cool. But then, like, I don't know, the main developer, let's just say, just got into like controversy into like more controversy. It's like, I don't know, man. I don't know him. I don't know the person at all. It's all just kind of like in the distance, so I have no idea. Like, I don't know if I can judge him necessarily, but like I've just heard bad things, you know, and like I don't know. It's just not very I don't know the word. Not very nice, basically. And then finally, it just ended up that people just called out the fact that he's just not nice. So that's the gist of it. I don't know. There's probably more details, but like, I don't want to get into it because I'm not really a drama kind of guy. You know, I don't really talk about drama stuff or whatever. Oh, my mic, not my mice, my microphone. My microphone was cutting out a bit. Is it cutting out like right now? Is it, can you not hear me right now or something? I mean, it seems like on OBS, it seems okay. You know, testing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Seems okay on my end. Once in a while? That's kind of bad. You know, is it like, why does it happen? I don't know. Was it the whole time? Because it was the whole time, that would be really annoying to me, actually. I don't know. Is it just me is it like cutting entirely? Is it just me being quiet? I'm not sure. I mean, it's good to let me know, because otherwise, if I didn't know and I continue to record, then that means the entire footage is ruined anyway, because I get cut out too much, you know? Yeah, is it bad? Was it like complete sentences were like being cut off? Like I'm really like a perfectionist about like the whole, you know, audio thing, you know? So like, please let me know if there's any technical issues, for one. So always let me know. Never feel like, oh, you're interrupting something. Always let me know. But number two, like, what exactly is the problem though? So like, was it like the whole thing was cut off? Like, you know, when I'm speaking, like then suddenly I'm like nothing or something? I don't know. Or is it, I'm not sure. Is it maybe you had bad Wi-Fi? I don't know. Like, do you mean like my microphone? Like, okay, let me back it up a little bit. Was it the entire video itself like being cut off? Like, as it was buffering? Is that what you mean? Like, because it depends. Like, what you mean? Is it just the microphone, or is it also the game? You know, was it like the entire video itself was being cut out? If that's the case, it might be buffering. But if it's just the microphone, then I am like concerned, because I do want to get to the bottom of that. If there is any kind of audio issues. I don't know. Well, let me know. Again, let me know. Like, this is not a problem. Or it is a problem, but let me know if there is, actually. I really prefer if people tell me if there is a problem rather than not. Because I do not like it when people don't tell me, you know? If there's like some kind of issue, like for example, like, I don't know, like a big glitch, or like the game's frozen or whatever, and people don't tell me, is like, that annoys me still. Like, because I'm gonna go back later, you know, and the whole thing's ruined, right? So definitely let me know. But yeah, no bucks. What's happening? I don't know. For now, you know, I'm just kind of like, I've already kind of almost finished with this game, actually. So I'm just kind of like rambling a little bit, but I'm trying to get all the different endings. One more ending I can get, I guess. So I gotta get that as well. Don't want to make a big deal? Make it a big deal. I don't care. You know what? Because I feel like, again, I don't know. I feel maybe it depends on the streamer, but I think most streamers they dislike technical issues, and they rather get it fixed in the moment rather than later, because it's really hard to like salvage footage later, because you can't do that, right? Because you have to re-record it and everything. That'd be more annoying than it is to like fix it now. So like, please make a big deal. I want it to be a big deal, because if you don't tell me now, it's gonna really annoy me later, you know? So that's why it's important to tell me. Even if it's a false alarm, I don't mind. It's better that it's a false alarm than it is like, you're not sure, and then it turns out you like it was like a thing, and it's like, again, it'd be annoying if it was like, I'd rather fix it, you know, in the moment. Anyway, but let's see. Let's give me one more ending though. Let's see. So yeah, I'm gonna look at the walkthrough again. I usually like to figure out my own, but at this point, I'm taking up a lot of time trying to get the last ending. I might not have enough time to play a lot of the other games actually. But let's see. So ending 3. So ending 3, basically the hint is make the MC hateful towards everyone. So move your hands, struggle, the third one. Apparently you know how there's like 3 struggle options? Apparently, I'm assuming anyway, which option you choose in the beginning matters, you know, even though there's 3 struggles, 3 like identical options. Apparently choosing the third one is important. I don't know, I'm not sure. Seems like it anyway. Alright, so first thing is move your hands. And then struggle, the third struggle, by the way. And then this happens. And then, okay, hide. Look in the mirror. We kind of already chose all these options. We're just going to choose it in the right order, I guess. And then you say, this is kind of cool. Okay, but looking at yourself again, can't help but think this is kind of cool. This is your new persona, apparently. I don't know, anyway. Maybe you've always had some kind of fascination with the macabre, but you find yourself almost interesting. Like, sure, it's cool in a fucked up kind of way, but kind of cool. Still, you know anyone else will agree with you. Alright. And then next thing is get help. Skip. Gotta skip it though. Weep. We will leave the room. Oops, I didn't mean that. Leave the room. But yeah, it's funny. I thought you said mice. This is why spelling is important, by the way. Because I will initially, when somebody mentioned mice, I thought they meant like mouse. You know, my mouse, as in this mouse right here, moving around. I didn't realize they meant microphone. You know, this is why I do not like abbreviations, and like acronyms or whatever. You know, I rather you spell out microphone. You know, don't say mic, say microphone. Otherwise, I get confused. It's too ambiguous. Anyway, let's see. Leave the room. Living room. I go living room. Living room. I'm assuming oh, we leave it alone. Actually, we don't get rid of it. We just leave it alone. Okay, just leave it alone. Leave it alone. That's what I did initially. Actually, I don't know. Master bedroom. I don't want to look at it. Okay, now we do smash this. Now, no, we smashed it. And then go back inside. We don't go to... Okay, so we don't go to dining area, we don't go to sister's room. Okay. This again. Alright, let me make another save. Nod your head 3 times. It's funny, because I did this already last time. So nod her head. Nod her head. And then nod her again, and she's like suspicious. She's like, who are you? I didn't say that. Try to help with dinner. Which we did before. Say it's bad. What a cowardly father. Okay, so I guess the only difference. Look, this is the only difference I did. Like my first initial like full playthrough. I guess full run anyway of the game. I chose these exact options, except this one. I guess I chose disappointed, but not this one. So you gotta choose cowardly instead. I almost got this ending. It's funny. So cowardly father, and then what else? Look at the items. Okay, so look at the items. Oh, interesting. Okay, here you go. Okay, here's something different. All right, so we basically just played through the game, you know, again, all through it, all over again, and I guess mostly the same options. Really, it's just very slightly different options. But now I have this option. I'm getting rid of these items, you know, that they left in my room. The more you look at these items, the more they piss you off. Why is it so hard just to accept that you've changed? At this point, even if you could change, you don't even really want to anymore. You've already left, or you already felt the hatred and violence they inflict on you for being a different person they thought you were. Changing back won't change anything. They already know you aren't who they thought you were. It all simply becomes make-believe. If anything, you're almost grateful this happened. At least this way, you know that their love was conditional. It's so pathetic. Seeing your dad shove your childhood items you don't care all that much about. Shove or... Did I say shove? Shove. I think there's a typo. Seeing your dad... Well, actually, no, maybe it's not a typo. I was gonna say like show you childhood items. I guess shoves kind of works. Shove you. Well, it's a typo here. It's like seeing your dad shove you your childhood items you don't care that much about. Yeah, I think that would work better anyway. But even more so, making your sister do it instead of doing it herself himself. I can't speak. What are his kids to him? Little play dolls, pawns, and a chessboard? What do you think this will do? Is he hoping this might turn back into is he hoping that this might turn you back into the good old obedient kid you never were? It's like he never gave a shit about trying to get to know you as a person. That past self of yours is nothing but a mirage. Nope, you're not buying this. You're not gonna do as they want you to. You're done being a normal human for him, for your mom, for anyone really. If they're so adamant about you being a monster, you might as well be. Fine. You tear apart the books, the album. Your sharp claws and chitinous skin isn't hard to do. They melt under the force of your hands so easily. Perhaps you've destroyed all of it. They'll stop thinking about who you were and look at you instead. Whether they like it or not, this is who you are now. Alright, let's skip. Okay. Alright, so we're back here. This is when we escaped, but then we came back, and then the parents got angry, and then they boarded up the windows again. For some reason, you feel like laughing. No way. They really thought they could keep you locked in here. You remember how flimsy the fence fell under your claws when you escaped earlier. Well, if you're gonna make noise regardless, why not go through the main gate? Fuck this place. You're done playing nice. They literally want you dead. Why were you playing nice in the first place? You ripped through the door with ease. Rip and tear. Did you know? Softer things tend to bend rather than break. They're malleable and can adjust their form accordingly. But none of that matters under your sharpened claws. You sigh when her stupid screaming stops. But then you see a cowardly shadow looming over you. You hear the sound of ringing as something blunt hits you from behind. All you see is red. You already know you're not leaving this place unharmed. You face your cowardly father, shaking like a scared dog as if he wasn't the one who just hit you. You would have laughed if your mouth allowed it. Even with a weapon in his hand, with how sharp and pointy you are, it's not hard to find his soft spots. Maybe they're right. Maybe you're a beast, a monster even. You turn to the last living human in this place, her face plastered in fear. To be honest, you considered sparing her. But too bad, this is the genocide run. But her terrified eyes says all that you need to know. A monster. You really are a monster. Why did you ever think otherwise? Your struggles prove to be fruitful. You exhale. Those first few breaths hurts like hell, but you're breathing, and you're alive. You feel the cold morning air hit your wet body. It's cold. As your eyes adjust to the light, you see your hands underneath you. A mass of red with little pieces of skin hanging onto them. But you're alive. It's all that matters. Parasite. Parasite? I guess, like, killing your parents? Familicide, I mean, did he kill the sister? I think that was ambiguous. I'm not sure. But there you go. That's the edgy, like, of course, kind of a cliche, but, like, makes sense. It's the, it's where you become the monster that everyone sees you as, and you freaking kill everyone. Great. Amazing. All right, there you go. That's all of the endings, and that's the game. It's interesting. I can see how, I can definitely see the parallels of the original story, Metamorphosis, from, what's the name? Franz Kafka, I guess. Kafka-esque, is a popular term. And yeah. And, I mean, yeah, it's definitely interesting little twists here and there. It's obviously kind of cool how, like, there are different endings. And, there's a happy ending and there's, like, the freaking edgy ending. But, there's different outcomes and whatnot. which is definitely different from the original story as well. Obviously, there's a metaphor, I feel like it's a little bit on the nose, a little bit, but obviously there's a metaphor here about not just like the main protagonist turning into a monster, but also just changing just in general, like, I mean, you could apply that for a lot of things, I guess. But like, just as a person, right? Just as a person, just changing, right? Changing as a person, becoming someone else, and parents not approving, right? And like, obviously, that's like the kind of like the crux of the main idea of the story as well, beyond just obviously the supernatural aspects, I don't know what you call that. I don't know. It's just classic storytelling, really. It's just kind of like, again, just a metaphor. But also not, it's literal, it's like both literal, but also a metaphor, It's kind of like a combination. Anyway, anything else I want to say? The art is okay. I wish there was more of the actual main character, to be honest. Everything's kind of shadowy and whatnot. I actually want to see more of the monstrous form. That'd be kind of cool. You only see the hands. But I guess it's supposed to be like, it's first person POV, so we don't see it very often, maybe that's the idea. But I kind of wish at the end, maybe we revealed that we would be what we look like as a monster, or maybe not, right? It could be like dependent on the outcome, right? It could be like if we chose like very like, violent options or whatever, we would be like the monster that we see ourselves as, or if it's like a happier ending, when we look at ourselves, we just look fine. We don't actually look like a monster. It's just that everyone else is assuming that we're a monster, maybe. I don't know, something like that. It'd be interesting. But anyway, but I just want to see more of like, interesting visuals, beyond just simply the mundane stuff, I feel like the character that's seen most often of like expression and whatnot is her sister, but that's kind of it, I kind of want to see more though. Anyway, but yeah. And the only criticism I have, though, definitely is the spelling. Definitely a lot of typos, a lot of like grammar errors, I gotta say. At least from what I've noticed. Maybe some things here and there, maybe I'm just reading it wrong. But I feel like for the most part, though, I think there's just a lot of errors. So that really needs to be fixed. I don't know if developers going to work on it, maybe 1.1, they're going to like fix all the errors. I don't know. But someone needs to like read through it again and just kind of fix all that. And also the tone as well. And this is kind of like a personal preference. But I feel like the tone as well is kind of like inconsistent. Sometimes the main character kind of speaks in a very casual way. He even starts saying like, like lol, whatever, which is fine when they're doing like the tap code, I guess, when talking to sister. But like, if they're talking like in person, like as dialogue, I think it's okay. But like if you're changing the tone like inconsistently in terms of narration, it feels wrong. I don't know. That's just me though, but I'm not sure, because when you're talking like second person, at least the way the game is written, I feel like the narration should be more impartial. Like you describe things are happening to you. They're using you as the pronoun, which is a very specific way to write a story. So like I feel like a narration needs to be more like, things are happening to you. Like be more impartial. And be more like not just like and lol. Things are things that happening to you, omega lol, LMAO, that doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. Like sometimes it shifts to like as if the main character is speaking, which again is fine, but like it has to be very explicit that it's not the narration, it's them like kind of like thinking or speaking, right? So anyway, I feel like there needs to be a distinction there, but that's just me though. That's my personal preference. I don't know. I just don't vibe with the whole like Zoomer language. I don't know. It's like because I've played a similar game in the past actually that was just all that, and it was like I don't know. I didn't like it that much, but maybe it's because I'm just old. I'm just old. I'm too old for this. Anyway, overall, I think it's a nice story. Yeah, I kind of wish there was more horror elements though, but maybe it's not so like super scary. It's just like psychological horror, But yeah, overall, I liked it. But there you go. That's it for Imago Dirge. And I guess, what do I usually say? When I sign off, what do I usually say again? I say like, I guess if you're watching the video on the channel, then if you want to see more, then you can, go to my channel and look for other playthroughs. You can also subscribe as well and change the notifications from personalized to all if you want to catch my live streams and you want to watch it live as well. But there you go. Thanks for watching. Until next time, see you then. And that's why I'll sign off. That's why I like, cut for the video. For the live stream, though, I'm not done yet. People always assume I'm done. You don't know how this format works. This is why you need to watch me more often. You know, this is why you need to watch all my content so you get an understanding of how I do this. But usually when I stream multiple games, I continue. So this is done, but I'm gonna play the next game now. So let's see. So next game I was planning on playing, I guess it would be A Call for Help. I guess I'll try that. I don't know how long this is. Hopefully it says short. So I'm hoping it's short. I'd rather play something short. Okay, so playing A Call for Help. Next is this game. A Call for Help by C2 Fos. It's the same person who made Sweet Dreams and Missing. You know, like the train conductor guy? The yandere train conductor, basically. So I played those games in the past. This seems to be something, I don't know if it's connected actually, but like it's a game they made. And I've noticed they made it, so I want to try this one out. Cool. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, it's what the last game I just played. You know, sometimes the narration includes cool. You know, it's like what? I don't know. That's just like not even like slang. It's just like a thing someone says, right? It's like what do you describe that? It's like I don't know what the word. There's a word for this, but like you know, it's just something that someone always says, right? It's just that part of their personality. They just say certain things, and it's just weird to have that in narration because it doesn't. It's not like it's not a person, you know. At least to me, anyway. When a narrator isn't like a person to me, it's like a ghost. It's a observer, a spectator. Anyway, but yeah, so I'm gonna play this one next. It's like a short, like dark RPG indie game, apparently, where you call a friend for help, and I guess we'll see what that means. It's tagged as horror, so make that what you will. I don't know what's gonna happen. I have no idea. It has been 2 hours though, so usually I do take a break after 2 hours. So I'm going to do that real quick. So I'm going to grab a snack, go to the washroom, and I'll be right back after a few minutes. I'll play this game. And I'm assuming this one is short, so I'll play this one and then the next one. I might not have time to play the last one that I was planning on playing, which was Us Three Joined by Flesh, which looks pretty interesting as well. It's a bunch of, I don't know, like anime girls, you know, they're like, the art is like really interesting, looks good, and everything. It's got a horror theme to it. Anyway, I guess maybe I'll play that next time. Maybe if I have time for it, I don't know. But yeah, I'll play this one. You know, Blondie on the top right looks very smug. Reminds me of Basil from Amori. Anyway, but yeah, I'll be right back. And I'll be back in a few minutes. BRB. You hope the game will be cool? Maybe it will. By the way, I know the word now. It's idiosyncrasy? Idiosyncrasy.
Idiosyncrasy.
Idiosyncrasy. I say
Idiosyncrasy.
The more I say it, the more I can't pronounce it. Idiosyncrasy. It's a particular feature of a person or like unique habits. So that's what I was thinking when I was thinking of cool. It's got idiosyncrasy of like the person speaking, right? And it's like it's kind of weird when you put it in like a narration. It makes sense if a character is saying it, but like if a narrator is saying it, it just feels weird. Unless the narrator, it's like a plot twist, oh, the narrator was a person the whole time or something, then it makes sense, but I don't know. Anyway. Alright, so let's play this game. There's some water, actually. Let's play this game. Let me introduce it for the video. The AI voice scared you? It was like speech, text-to-speech, Text-to-speech.
Idiosyncrasy.
Idiosyncrasy. I use it. I go to Google, I type the word, and I learn to pronounce words from using text-to-speech. It's very important to learn new words. So sometimes I forget, the word anyway. Let's see. So yeah, let me start this game. Hello, welcome to A Call for Help, a short little RPG horror game developed by C2Fos, available on itch.io. If you don't know the developer, they're the same person who made, I believe, Missing and Sweet Dreams. The games that involve, I believe, like a yandere train conductor, I want to say. I don't know if they're train conductor, but something to do with train. Anyway, at least they look like a train conductor to me anyway. But yeah, I've done videos or playthroughs of them in the past, and well, recently they came out with this little short game. I don't know if this game is connected to the main series necessarily. I have no idea. Probably not. I mean, these characters don't look at all connected, but I guess we'll see what's in store for these guys. Apparently we need a call for help, like for a friend or something, because something's happened. I guess we'll see. A little content warning though. This game is a horror game, so there may be some disturbing content. Viewer discretion is advised. Let's start. New game. Me. Good. Where's my phone? Yes, the controls. God has given me, movement of my body through these controls. Okay. Can I save the game? I just instantly want to save the game. We are student, level 1, HP 1. A student at the local community college, currently pursuing a degree in computer science. Likes gaming. This is like, I don't know, like 80% of like Reddit. I feel like this is just a typical average Redditor. And then they always go on Reddit and then complain that they're only getting paid like $200,000 a month, and they're like, am I getting underpaid? I feel like I'm being left behind while I'm here in poverty. No, because I didn't get a computer science degree. I got like a sociology degree. It's like, sucks. I should have got a computer science degree, but nobody told me back then. They just told me to get any degree back then. Anyway, I don't feel like doing anything. Sorry, I'm like ranting about my real life. This is like, I'm just blog posting or whatever. Anyway, but this guy seems tired. Saying, Can I call someone? Maybe I should have done that. I should have done that somewhere. Or I should have interacted with more objects in the room before I called. Because I feel like that's the main thing you're supposed to do in this game, to call. Cameron says, hey nerd, what's up? Sorry, life really caught up to me, so I haven't been able to take any calls. Anyway, Jesus. What happened to your room? Looks like a dump, no offense. Oh, are we doing like a FaceTime call, whatever? I never do that. That's like weird to me. Hey bro, you okay? Hey. Yo, deep breaths, man. You're okay. You're okay. You want to talk about it? That's fine. It's been a while. How about a room tour? Or a quick cleanup session? You're literally living in trash right now. That can't be healthy. You clean up that while I'm here. How's that? Okay. MC looks emo. You look like a typical protagonist. Also, Cameron's here? Oh, okay. I guess we just called Cameron over. I thought we were like, calling. We're still calling, though he just came over. Like a party member. You just recruit him real quick. Cameron, a high school dropout. Pick up odd jobs here and there. Lead guitarist for an indie band. Wow. Also, I noticed the posters on the wall. I feel like I've seen these two somewhere before. Yeah, this is literally the developer's previous games. You used to talk about how much you wanted to play the guitar. I thought it would be popular with girls. Of course you did, Virgin. And how is it? Honestly, a lot harder than I expected. My fingers can't really reach the tabs. I'm scared of getting blisters. That's all part of the process. No pain, no gain. Getting calluses are a rite of passage. Keep it up and who knows, maybe you'll catch up to me. You left me some pretty big shoes to fill. Is that electric guitar? It's not so. Electric guitar, as far as I know, is not so bad. I mean, I practice with acoustic guitar. I mean, not recently, to be honest. Have not touched a guitar in years, but I did acoustic guitar, and those, at least the one I had, like steel strings, those definitely give you way, stronger calluses. Anyway, compared to electric, I feel like electric's not as bad. But maybe I haven't tried electric all that much. You haven't unpacked these yet? No. There's a lot of good stuff inside, handpicked for you. I don't feel like opening them. They're kind of taking up space in your room. Why don't you move them to the garage then? I don't know. I don't know what to do with them. Drinking is a lot more fun when you do it with friends. We used to have beer nights. To this day, I still don't know how you were able to get your hands on that much alcohol without a valid ID. That's criminal behavior. You should go to jail. No, a bro never reveals his secrets. Let's clean these up. Make sure to recycle them. I hear ya. Ba ba da ba ba. You've always been a lightweight. Didn't I throw up on you once? Yeah, on my favorite shirt too. I'd haul your drunk ass back home. I still feel bad about that. I promise I'll buy you a new one. Sorry for never getting around to doing that. Nah, no worries. I weigh too many clothes anyway. Now clean these up. Make sure to put them in the recycling bin too. You're such an environmentalist. I used to play guitar. Yeah, I mean, not very good. I just took a few courses. That's it. Like in high school, I played a few chords, and that's kind of it. The monitor? Yeah, 24. 2. Yeah, I can't speak. 240 hertz. 240 hertz. Isn't that like a lot? That's like way too much. Sick. How's it feel? I think it's smoother. I can't really tell the difference. There hasn't much of change in gameplay. New setup and you so garbage to the game. I kicked your ass in that 1v1, remember? I was lagging. Let's run it back then. Can't. Don't have my ship anymore, remember? Wow, you got a lot of unopened messages. I don't really feel like going through them. You shouldn't ghost them like that. At this rate, you're gonna lose whatever friends you have left. I really hate you sometimes. My bad, but my point still stands. Still worried about you, I know, but it just all feels really tiring. How long has it been since you last left your house? 2 weeks? What are you, a Mori? Like, this is just a Mori, by the way? No, are you okay? No. I'm sorry. I know. Okay. We run. Are these washed or unwashed? Both? Gross. Do your laundry, man. Wait. Aren't those the gloves from that time? When? Remember? It was last year. Went on that ski trip. Yo. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Getting kind of cold out here, huh? Oh, you forgot to bring my gloves with you, didn't you? I may or may not have left them back at the lodge. I strangled you, but my fingers are frozen stiff. So did your jacket not have pockets? No, idiot. That's why I asked you to bring my gloves along in the first place. Oh, sorry. My pockets are where if you want to stick your hands inside. I'd rather have them amputated. Fine. Here, take one of my gloves. Bruh. Bruh? That word is ruined for me. Bruh. Better? A little. We cool? Buy me a burger and I'll call it even. Okay, well, that was a flashback, supposedly. Well, it didn't help at all. We both ended up freezing. Good times. Good burger, too. Now go and toss these in the washing machine. Right now? Yes? Fine. Okay, we stuff it in our pockets, in our inventory. Just a lamp. Just a lamp. It's only just a lamp. Oh, dude, you still ball? Not as much anymore. Man, I remember we used to play for hours at the corner after school. Joe had the sickest dunks, remember? Dude was flashy with it. And Nick had that crazy footwork going on. Jay and Adrian, too. Their combo was deadly. The time would just fly by. I miss those days. Yeah, me too. Pride flag? I don't know. It's just some bros hanging out, that's all. As far as I know. I filmed it in the washer. Okay, you already did that. What's this? It's the bros. This guy, you know, the bottom right is doing a Kamehameha. The blonde kid, though, at least at the top right, he's so smug. Why is he so smug? He's hiding a secret. I don't know. Oh, was that the group photo we took that one time? No clue what you're talking about. You got it framed and everything. Whatever, man. I appreciate my friends. You could just say you love us. No, that's cringe. You love us. No. Say it. No. Say it. No. Whatever, Killjoy. Okay. Anything else to look at? I guess that's it. Oh, actually, this chair. More like a stool. You know, that's what it looks like to me. You're still using this chair? Yeah. Thing's practically falling apart. Get a new one. If it works, it works. You can get back problems, young man. Okay, Grandpa. Honestly, you can have my old chair if you want. It's still relatively good condition. We could be butt buddies who share the same chair. Indirect butt touching. No thanks. Okay. Speaking of, you know, pride flag. Throw these out. It's starting to stink. Yeah, I probably should. I don't know how you're letting it get to this point. This is bad. I know. Remember your first time coming over to my place? Yeah, what about it? You tripped into my trash bag. Is this about the pickle incident? Oh, yes, it is about the pickle incident. You really need to stop bringing that up all the time. It's funny. They call me the pickler throughout the entirety of middle school. And that's on you for spilling pickle juice all over my carpet. That's on you for having pickle juice in the trash bag. Sure, pickle boy. Now throw your trash before you step into it and make a repeat of last time. Well, that's everything, I think. You probably still need to air the place out, but at least it's somewhat livable now. Cam? Yeah? Can I say something? I'm listening. I've been feeling overwhelmed these past 2 weeks, with everything. Nothing feels right. Nothing feels like it has any meaning. I'm so angry, and I'm so sad. I'm so frustrated, confused, and guilty, and just... I feel so many things at once that I just can't process it. I'm stuck. I'm trapped in this constant hell while the world moves on. And it's just so tiring. Every little thing is so tiring. Talking is tiring. Eating is tiring. Living is tiring. I spend hours and hours just crying in my room. I cry until I can't cry anymore, and I cry some more. Isn't that mean? Just like, cry some more? Anyway. But no matter how much I scream and cry and suffer and hurt, I don't feel any better. The bad things stay with me. It's like a constant fight. I'm too exhausted to even breathe. I can't function. I can't do anything. I'm constantly on the verge of breaking down. And it hurts. It hurts a lot. I feel like I'm being ripped apart. I don't want to live with it anymore. I don't think I can live with it anymore. Or I don't think I can live with it anymore. I know it's supposed to get better, but I'm not getting any better. I don't feel any better. I can't wrap my head around it, that this person does not exist anymore, that I'll never be able to see their face, hear their voice, or give them a hug, and I feel so bad, Cam. I feel so bad. I took so much of it for granted, I realize that now. And the worst part is, I'll never be able to tell them that. I'll never be able to look them in the eye and tell them how much I appreciate and love them. I'll never be able to let them know how much they mean to me. I can only regret. I can only think about all the what ifs. Was there something I could have done to prevent this? I could have been more attentive. I could have been a better friend. I could have... Cam, are you there? Why'd you do it? Why didn't you tell me about it? Why did you let me know? If you did, I would have been there. I would have dropped everything and been there. I didn't want your monitor, or a new chair, or new this, or new that. I want my best friend back. Cam, are you there? I called your phone every day for the past 2 weeks. I would wait and wait, hoping you'd pick up, that I'd hear your voice at the other end, laughing, calling me an idiot for believing you were actually gone. That was all some big misunderstanding, or a stupid prank. But it would just ring. It would just ring. Cam, are you listening? I miss you, Cam. And the voicemail. Alright. Well, obviously Cameron never existed. Because I thought, yeah, they'd like teleported into our room somehow doing FaceTime or whatever. But they never existed. That's just a hallucination because Cam is dead. At least that's the implication anyway. Alright, I guess that's it. It's very short. It's just a very short little story, I guess. We don't know all these other characters, but we know Cameron. So the idea is Cameron and the main character, who's I guess me, and their name was never like mentioned. So really it's just a story about how Cameron got into some kind of incident, I guess, and died. And like obviously a friend of him is like very sad and quite literally depressed, you know, and he was just kind of like he was calling just to hear his voicemail, I guess, like message, and then pretending that he was still around, but he wasn't actually. He was just coping, you know. It's called coping. So you know, it's just kind of sad. You know, it's just kind of sad. But hold on a minute, actually. There's actually more endings. So wait a minute, there's like endings to this game? Oh, hold on, let me see. I don't know if that's the canonical ending. That's just a normal ending, but apparently there's more endings to that. I don't know how you get different endings though. I don't know. I don't know if that would reveal, because I feel like that's kind of revealed the whole thing. That felt like the true ending already. But I guess we can go back. We must go back. So maybe we don't touch the phone this time? Alright, well let's just look around, I guess. Also leave? Can't leave. Alright. Let's just look around, let's see. I don't feel like doing anything. Okay, well yeah, if we interact without Cameron, quote unquote, it's not gonna do much. Where's my phone? Where's my phone? Where's my phone? How do you get not again, but like how do you get a different ending? Because there's no choices or anything. Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna like look it up because I have no clue how to even start to get different endings because I didn't even do anything in that last playthrough. I just kind of whatever, right? Huh. Hold on. Oh, okay. So I'm looking at the ending guide. Interesting. Okay. Hold on. So there's more to do. Okay, hold on. Let me pick up the phone again. I pick up the phone. Apparently, there's an ending where okay, well, I'll just show it instead of just saying it. But basically, there's 2 more endings. Save the game. All right, let's. So we have my phone. Let's end the call. What am I doing? Why even bother? I was never a fighter. I'm just tired. I just want to rest. You were tired of feeling this way too, right? I understand now. See you soon, Cam. That's kind of dark. Oh my... do 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 do. Now, I'm sorry, everyone. I hope I didn't leave a mess. I love you guys. Please take care. All right, that's the that's an ending. Anyway, that's the ending if you end the call, I guess. Because I guess yeah, it makes sense because yeah, because it's only after ending 2. I guess I'm assuming you got ending. I don't know. I'm not sure, but you know, one of the endings we got obviously showed that he was at phone call the entire time. So if we end the call early, it's like we give up. You know. Anyway, let's reload. Let's do this again. I think I'm not sure, but I think I'm missing. So what you're supposed to do is like you're supposed to interact with objects like more than once, I guess, to get the rest of the dialogue, and then you get a different ending. Let's see. Okay, I think this we got before. It's an RPG Maker game, so I don't get to like skip, you know, like in a visual novel. It's annoying. Oh, here you go. So this is new. I will say, I look great in that photo. Who took it anyway? Beats me. I don't know about it as much as you do. I kind of miss it. The good old days. Yeah, how's everyone doing anyway? I'm not sure either. I fell out of contact with most of them after they all left for university. I know a few of the guys are in town right now, though, and since they're in the area anyway, they wanted to meet up. Wait, for real? When is it? Tomorrow. I don't really feel like going, though. You should, man. Seriously. I bet they miss you as much as you miss them. Will you be there too? You know I want to. I can't believe you're giving me shit for not going when you aren't either. Hey man, I can't exactly just drop by whenever I want. You used to. We're not kids anymore, and we're all these busy adulting now. I wish they didn't. I wish we never grew up. Okay. So yeah, I'm supposed to like interact with objects more than once. That's how they always get you. Freaking RPG Maker games, where like to progress the plot or do like a secret thing, you actually have to click on the same object more than once. That's crazy to me, you know, because whenever I interact with objects in RPG Maker, I like interact with it once, not twice. So, so when I interact with it once, I'm assuming I'm done. I don't need to do it again. But all right, so what's important is the photo, the computer. So let's check the computer. 240 hertz, which I don't know. I'm assuming that's a lot. Isn't it like... I thought 120 hertz was the norm. It's 240? I don't know. Anyway. Got a lot of open messages. Technically, I did do this twice. I thought I was like interacting with the other monitor. You know, I was like, I don't know if it mattered. But there's 2 monitors, so. Okay, so I read this already. 2 weeks. And then can't do it again? So where's your secret stash? What secret stash? Come on, you know what I'm talking about. You're gross, dude. I bet it's that shady looking photo label to work. Open it? No. Okay. And not much else to do. Okay. Nothing all the secret files. Still ball, not so much anymore. Used to play for Joe, had the sickest dunks. Then he became president of the United States of America. Now, is that it? Oh, okay, that's it. Okay, so yeah, it says here in the guide, the computer, the basketball, and the photo. Those are the most important objects to interact with. And other than that, you just do your chores, which we did before. This is very Amori, by the way. Like even the plot is very Amori. It's like Hikikomori, who's depressed because someone in their life died, and now, you know, they do chores at home, you know? Well, I guess it's not exactly like Amori, obviously. Definitely much more different aspects of Amori. Obviously, a much more expanded story in Amori. But similar idea, though, I feel like. I don't know. So you end up at your home depressed doing chores. It's like that's very Amori to me. Hey, loves. Do do. Bruh. Bruh. Bruh is like again ruined for me. Bruh and Vine Boom. Anyway, alright. That's everything, I think. You probably still need to air the place out, but at least it's now somewhat livable. Cam? Yeah? Can I say something? I'm listening. Okay, this seems the same. Well, I guess I'll read it. Shut its be like? Oh, shut in. Shut ins be like. Hello? I don't know. I don't even mean by that. I've been feeling overwhelmed these past 2 weeks, everything. Nothing feels right. Nothing feels like it has any meaning. I'm so angry. I'm so sad, so frustrated. Feel so many things at once. Can't process it. Can't afford therapy either. This thing called depression. You're supposed to get therapy for it? Nope. Insurance doesn't cover it. In fact, I don't have insurance. Or whatever. I don't know. It's just so tiring. Every little thing is so tiring. Talking is so tiring. Blah, blah, blah. Spent hours just crying in my room. But no matter how much... is this new? I don't know. But no matter how much I scream and cry and suffer and hurt, I don't feel any better. The bad things stay with me. It's like a constant fight. I'm too exhausted to even breathe. No, I think it's the same, actually. Yeah, I can't function, can't do anything. On the verge of breaking down. I mean, don't you get, like, grief counseling for this? I mean, usually you're supposed to get grief counseling. Is the idea. If, like, a loved one or whatever, or someone close to you died, you're supposed to get, like, grief counseling. I'm not sure. Anyway. I don't want to live with it anymore. I'm thinking live with it anymore. And this was get better. It's not getting better. I don't feel any better. This seems to be most of the same. I don't know if it's going to end up the same. I guess we'll see. I can't wrap my head around it, that this person does not exist anymore. I feel so bad, Cam. I'm never looking at how much I appreciate and love them. I'll never be able to let them know how much they mean to me. I can only think about what ifs. Was there something I could have done to prevent this? Could have been more attentive. Could have been a better friend. I could have... Are you there, Cam? Why'd you do it? Why'd you... Okay, this is... I don't know. This might be the same ending. This is what annoying me, but... Would you let me know? If you did, I would have been there. Would you have everything been there? Do you want your new monitor, new chair, whatever? Want my best friend back. Are you there? Called your phone. Laughing, call me an idiot. That was all some big misunderstanding, supposed to be a prank, but it would just ring. It would just ring. Cam. Oh, this is different. Cam, he said. I'll call the guys and tell them I'm coming tomorrow. We're gonna have lunch at your favorite place, and then we'll pay a visit to the grave. You'll be there too, right? I'll bring flowers. I'll bring a jar of pickles too. Yeah, because of the pickle incident. I think you appreciate that. See you later, Cam. Take it easy. End of voicemail. It's a long voicemail. You're never really gone. Traces of you remain. I carry you with me, and we move forward. With a jar of pickles, but it's funny, there was a jar of pickles there. There you go. I guess that's the good ending, in a way. That's the healthy coping mechanism ending, where you go visit the grave of your best friend with your other friends and reminisce about the good times, and don't spiral into deep depression and then frickin' die. So there you go. Okay, I guess that's it. This short little story. I mean, again, it's short enough that it didn't overstay its welcome. It had like a little twist to it and everything that I liked. I actually did not know the twist was coming initially. I kind of like halfway through, I had my suspicions, But yeah, it is an interesting little twist that is tragic, and kind of sad. But I like it. I don't know. I like sad games. I don't know. Especially when it's like, it depends, right? I like games where it doesn't like, go like, "Oh, woe is me," that kind of like Shakespeare or whatever. Like doesn't wallow in its misery the whole time. But like there's ups and downs. I mean, I don't know. It's like anime, but like I like having like an interesting little story. It has dark themes to it, but ultimately, it's still like has like a meaningful message to it, I guess, and isn't like pretentious. But like I guess pretentiousness is like it's very dependent on what you like as a person. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, I mean, yeah, not much to say. I mean, I like it. It's funny enough. I was thinking the game, like I had my suspicions of whether or not it was actually connected to the developers' other games as well, because it does involve like death of like a close one, and I don't know. Maybe I'm just grasping straws. Probably not. But I'm just thinking like maybe if Cameron maybe was a victim of like the first game. I don't think so. I mean, it's been a while, so I don't remember the characters. I just remember the main like villain, I guess, quote unquote. The white hair and everything. But I don't remember if he killed someone named Cameron. I don't think so. But it would be kind of interesting way to tie that in if Cameron was actually one of the victims, and how this kind of affected other people, right? Because you don't think about that, I guess. When someone dies, depending on the story, I guess, or like in the movie or whatever, in the TV show, some random dude dies. You don't think about how all the other people that are affected by this person's death. So it's like it's interesting to like just dive into that and be like, wow, okay, how this actually affects other people's lives. They're not just a random generic NPC. These are people with like, if stories, and like entire like webs of relationships of other people. But anyway, but probably not. There probably isn't any connection because obviously there's even like an Easter egg, like a clear reference to the other game. So like I don't think that's actually a thing, as far as I know anyway. And then again, one of the endings in the second game also got kind of weird and like meta. Anyway. But yeah, anything else? I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I guess one thing maybe would be like, maybe I kind of wish it wasn't just a single room, but like, then again, it does work because it does hold the whole depression theme. It does kind of make sense. I don't know. I can't think of anything. Like, I can't think of any like criticism really. Yeah, I guess it's just so short. Like, there's not much to say, but I did like it though. So yeah, I'm just gonna yeah, that's it. I don't know. So just an interesting little like again, yeah, bittersweet kind of story. So there you go. I like its flavor though. I like bittersweet stories. That's kind of my thing actually. Anyway, but that's it for a call for help. Actually the title of the game when you think about it, yeah, it does. There's a double meaning to it. But anyway, a triple meaning even. Anyway, but yeah, that's it for this game. I guess I'll say my usual thing. And if you're watching this on my channel and you want to see more content, then you can do so by looking at my other playthroughs. You can also look for the my other playthroughs of the same developer. Actually, you want to see more. Not maybe as tragic, but definitely kind of like in their same style. Same art style at least. And if you want to, you can also subscribe to see more and change the bell notifications from personalized to all if you want to catch me live. Because if you didn't know, I stream these games live as well. But there you go. Thanks for watching. Until next time, see you then. As like I fade away in the actual video in my video editing program, DaVinci Resolve. I've actually switched many video editors. Yeah, I used to use HitFilm Express. I also used to use some other video software. I don't know. I used like different kinds, but they always had problems. I kept changing and changing because the previous videos, they always had like little problems, like a file format wasn't right, or like one video format caused stuttering. I don't know. I ended up with DaVinci Resolve, which is basically what's the equivalent, like Adobe Premiere. It's basically Adobe Premiere except free, though you can pay for like more premium features, I guess, as well. Anyway, so that's it for this game. Look at the credits. Hey, the credits. It's the grave, the pickle. What was the joke? You know, from that show. It's me, Pickle Rick. I'm a pickle Morty or something. I don't know. Look at me, funny as shit that's ever happened or something. Even though I believe the co-creator, or is it co-creator or creator? I don't know. One of the creators of Rick and Morty is like canceled or like or went to jail. I don't know. I don't know if they went to jail, but they had some kind of controversy. Everybody, I don't know. Everybody always has some controversies all the time. You know, all the things I watch. Though I never actually watched Rick and Morty. Well, when Rick and Morty was popular when it first came out, I actually didn't watch it all that much. I was like, you know, overrated cartoon show. Who cares? But then later, I watched some episodes. I was like, yeah, it's kind of interesting. I kind of like it. I actually did like Rick and Morty. Like later on, I just like, you know, like when the bunch of seasons already came out, I came back to it and it's like, sure, I'll watch a few. And it turns out that's pretty good. But it's just too bad one of the creators, one of the main voices, really, like the guy who does the voices, quite literally got into legal trouble, as in like assault, I think, or I don't know. I don't know the details, so maybe I shouldn't say much. Maybe I shouldn't assume too much because I don't really know the full story. I don't really try to look in for the full story because I don't get too involved like drama and stuff. Oh yeah, I totally forgot. I totally forgot to change the stream title and everything. So the last game I didn't change the stream title, so I totally forgot to do that. Well, that's fine. I don't think it matters too much. But on YouTube, you know, you want to make sure your thumbnail, you know, reflects the current thing. How do I? Oops, I didn't mean to do that. So let me actually change things. So I'll change the thumbnail actually. I even had thumbnails ready, you know. I'm not too fancy, just like screenshots of the game. But yeah, next game I'm gonna play is Foul Repercussion. This seems to be a short one as well. And I can change the stream title. I guess, I don't know actually how do you describe this? It's like, challenged by his friends, his young boy stayed overnight at school and successfully overcame evil entities, or so he said. Little did he know, everything he told his friends is coming to reality. Will he manage to survive just like what he said in his lies? I guess. One of the grammar is iffy in this game. I'm not sure. I did take a peek at one of the creators of this game, and they did say that English was their second language. So, I mean, not to judge, because sometimes people who learn English as second language actually has way better grammar than people who are native English speakers. But sometimes, you know, sometimes it's kind of stilted, right? Because if they don't have a lot of experience talking in English, specifically to native English speakers, they might not like pick up on like idioms and like weird rules, you know, with English. Anyway, I guess I'll just say lies become reality or something. I was just very vague. I have no idea. All right, the lies become reality. I guess I'll keep it. Text could be, well, depending. I don't know how fast the text is. Alright. I really am a perfectionist? I am. At least, I don't know, this is my hobby, by the way. I have a day job. I'm like a working adult. But like, I just play and stream games on the weekends, which is what I do. And, you know, whenever I do any kind of hobby, I like to put like, I don't know, I like to put 100% effort into it, you know? Because sometimes I feel like when people do a hobby, or like they start a YouTube channel or whatever, they just do, whatever, I'll just do whatever, you know? It doesn't matter, you know? They like don't really care about it, and I don't like that. If I do something, even if it's a hobby, I like to, you know, put my all into it, I guess, you know? Otherwise, what's the point, right? At least that's how I see it anyway. I like to, you know, I like to try. I like to, because I'm a gamer, you know, I gotta like be good at it, I guess, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I'm very good at, you know, the whole YouTube thing. You know, to be honest, like, I mean, there's so many factors. Like, to be good at YouTube, I guess. I just do whatever I can. What's my job? I actually want to keep my personal life private, but well, I mean, just office job, really, just generic office job. Nothing impressive, really. Just generic office job. Yeah. I'm actually, well, I don't want to say too much. Again, I will keep my personal life private. I don't know. I'm paranoid about that sort of stuff. Like, I'm not gonna dox myself necessarily, but I'm afraid of like saying the wrong thing, and then somehow that connects to, like, my real life, and then that somehow connects to my job. Even though that's very unlikely and rare, but like, I don't know. I don't want to like say too much. Is the thing, but I just have a generic office job. Basically, that's why I'm busy right in the weekdays. So right now, I'm only working part time right now. But last week I was more busy because I had additional hours, and like I took the COVID vaccine shot. Because that's what I do. Even though I feel like people don't care about COVID anymore, but I still keep up with it. But usually I get really sick. Oh, I didn't mean to start. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Let me go back. I actually want to do like a whole intro first. I usually do an introduction first before I start the the video. Let me do that first. Okay. Let's see. Let me check the creators. Creators are Chaya, I think Chaya, and Radio Kiro. It's like 2 people, I think, made this like together. All right. I said, well, it says Kiro. Just say Kiro, I guess. Just Chaya, and Kiro. Hello and welcome to Foul Repercussion, a short little horror visual novel developed by Chaya and Kiro, available on itch.io. And, well, it's about a boy who cried wolf a little bit, Apparently he lied about his experience overnight at school, but now it's become reality. And I guess we'll see what horrors await him. I guess a little warning as well, this game is tagged as horror, so there may be some disturbing content. Viewer discretion is advised. She's seeing a lot of disturbing content right there. She's crying. Anyway, start. The morning finally comes. I wait in my classroom alone, yawning, waiting for my buddies to arrive. Some of my classmates look at me weirdly, unsure if I'm actually myself, which is fair. I've never come to this class this early. Like a funny coincidence, all of my little gang arrive at the same time. From the door, they rush towards me like I'm a celebrity. All of my little gang. Oh, that feels a weird sentence. I'm not sure if that fits, but I have no idea. Look, he's already here. No way, you actually did it? Hey, of course I did. I'm not a coward. Staying at the school overnight? Not a big deal. Easy. You're not going to believe what happened to me last night, though. It was a miracle that I survived. What happened? Tell us. So, you guys went home, right? There's no one else at school. Even the janitor went home. The school entrance was locked shut. I walked around a little bit, then I went to the bathroom. When I looked at the mirror, guess what? You saw a mirror ghost? Or the mirror doesn't have any reflections? Wrong. I just saw myself. Boo, got excited for nothing. I didn't finish. I saw myself with black eyes, like entirely black eyes. No way, like a freaky doppelganger. Doppelganger? Yeah, exactly. I saw my doppelganger. We're just lying, by the way. Dude, I could not move when that happened. I thought I was hallucinating. Then, as my hand reached out of the mirror, it grabbed my face. I panic punched it, saw it crawling out before I locked it in the bathroom. I bet it escaped. Spot on. I couldn't find a good place to hide, so I checked back in the bathroom, and bam! Door's already open. The freak's on the loose. Was your doppelganger the only other person that you saw? Because, were you there all night? Wouldn't you run into something else? Right, we could if someone or something else was there. Shh, we're supposed to get to that part. I explored some more, right? Sneakily, because my doppelganger was switching to me. So far, a lot of the classrooms were locked, but there was one that wasn't. Guess what was in there? A teacher? Ghost? Slenderman? Slenderman. No, I don't think I survived Slenderman. He was a video game icon. There was another student in there, a girl. When I saw her, she was attacked by her own doppelganger, so I hit her clone and saved her. Which one was the clone, though? She looked so scared, she was thankful to see me. What was her name? For which class? Shoot, I forgot to ask her name. Anyway, we hid together and I had to save her again a couple times. A lot happened. So, did the doppelgangers just give up chasing you, or? Oh, no. We had a big fight. I did a kamehameha. No. Then it was a whole run and hide thing, but we came up with a plan that could trap the doppelgangers and lock them away. Wait, you lock them? Lock them where? You don't want to know, bro. You might just find it if you look close enough, though. Very scary. I was lucky to have that girl with me. Our teamwork really saved the night. So the moral of the story is to not try to stay overnight at school. Not everyone could survive that. Even I barely survived. And who knows what else you can see there. Bro, just imagine your story. I know I ain't gonna survive that. Bro, you have big balls, dude. this is, to be honest, this is unrealistic. Actually, everyone would be calling you a pussy, and like, no matter what you say, they're like, they wouldn't believe you. Like, you just made that up, or like, there's no way that happened, or like, you're such a scaredy pants. I bet you just pissed your pants and you saw nothing. Like, no one would believe you. I don't know. Anyway, another question though: did you get any sleep, like at all? Take a guess. No? Exactly. Who could have gotten any sleep in that situation? You guys buy this story? I don't believe it. Oh, you think I'm lying? I don't know. Few parts don't really make sense. You got no proof whatsoever that actually happened. Well, if we were allowed to bring our phones to school, I definitely would have taken some pictures. It's up to you. Don't believe me, dude. I'm telling the truth. If you don't believe it, go ahead then. Go stay overnight. See for yourself. I warned you though. I'll pass, but I still don't buy it. Whatever, man. Okay. The school bell rings. It's time for the first period. The four of us scramble to get to our seats. Nobody has faces, by the way, We're just text boxes. I do like, it's kind of interesting how text boxes kind of like move around, though. A little dynamic. Suckers. Instead of being impressed at me surviving a full night at school, they should be impressed with my ability to come up with a story on the spot and then deny any of it. We have a 20 charisma, and we nailed the deception check. What absolute losers. I like to lie to my friends, about how cool I am and how great I do things, and they fell for it. What a bunch of idiots. Apparently. I don't know. The classes are boring like usual. I only pay half attention, trying to get some nap time whenever there's a chance. It's a long day, but it finally ends. Finally, time to go home. Right, you haven't been home since yesterday before school, huh? Yep, I missed my bed already. Hey, I gotta go to the toilet. Meet you all at the gate, okay? Don't worry, we'll wait here. Because there's no like faces, I can't really differentiate the voices, to be honest. They all sound the same. Because I don't know, they're just not enough context clues to like really get an idea of what their personalities are like. We talk about various things as we wait for him. One by one, the students leave. Eventually, we were the last ones in class. He sure takes his time, huh? Let's just wait at the gate. Great idea. I'm so tired, man. No joke. If I were you, I would have skipped school today. Go get that 12-hour sleep after this. I walked behind my friends toward the door, trying hard not to chuckle at their stupidity. They even bought my tired face acting, when in reality I took a glorious 8 hours of sleep last night. Why are you so proud of this? I don't understand. Man, imagine being this dumb. I was just about to walk out the door before I slammed right in my face. Hey, what the hell? What told you did that? I tried to open the door, but it was stuck. What's happening? Not cool, bro. Let me out. I expected to hear some snickering from them or a taunt, but there's only silence. Hello? Let me out already, damn it. You guys suck. I tried to pull the door with all my might, but it still won't budge. Is anybody there? Someone answer me. This isn't funny. Just as I'm about to give up, the door opens. Not expecting it to open so suddenly, when I was leaning on it, I fell to the ground. Okay, fess up. Which one of you... And I realized there's nobody. The hallway, which is usually crowded with students walking together towards the entrance, is now emptier than a cemetery at night. I guess the backgrounds, by the way, are just public domain images with like slight Photoshop filters. I don't know. I feel like that's just all it is. What the? The silence and emptiness is unsettling. What time is it? Surely not enough time for all the students to run home already. Someone other than me must still be around. Well, I ain't staying here any longer. I run towards the main entrance of the building, only to find out that it's locked. This can't be real. There's no way. This is happening too fast. The janitor must still be around, but he accidentally locked the door for whatever reason. I have to find him. Maybe he's cleaning the bathroom? If I'm lucky, my friend would still be there as well. It'd be great to not be alone stuck in this situation. The boys' bathroom door creaks when I open it. It's even emptier than the hallway. There's a grand total of -1 people here. Man, they all left me by myself. What good friends they are. I look around from the door, making sure there's nothing of use. I look at my right and see a mirror on the wall. My reflection was there. Except there was something deeply unsettling about him. His eyes were entirely pitch black, like there was an endless abyss behind it. It's glaring straight into my soul. That's not right? I don't think I'm smiling. Why is he smiling? I have normal eyes, right? I lift one hand to feel my eye, making sure that's still there. My reflection didn't do the same. He stares back at me with his empty eyes and a disturbing smile. My brain wants me to move and run away, but my leg freezes. It was too late when I realized that his hand had emerged out of the mirror surface as I grabbed on my shirt's collar. He yanks me until my face hits the glass surface and a hand grabs my face. The contact made me break out of the daze. What the? With all my might, I punch him. He hisses and falls back inside the mirror. This freak wants to harm me. I need to run. I need something to defend myself. I need to get away immediately. There's no time to think. I have to do something now. I know there's a mop and a bucket in the corner of the toilet. Without thinking, I grab it, accidentally knocking over the bucket and spilling the water on the floor. I run through the door as quickly as I can, slamming it using the mop to hold it. Hopefully it works. Well, as it turns out, this is like exactly how the story went. I don't know, it's just like literally the writer of this story is just trolling the main character. Yeah, get locked, idiot. I waste no time running as fast as possible somewhere far away from that monster. What the hell was that? Some kind of freaky me? Impossible. Something isn't right. I must be dreaming. I check the nearest classroom door. It's locked shut. Man, where can I go? I should check the entrance again. It's pointless hoping, but who knows? Maybe it's open now. Of course the entrance is still locked shut. Shouldn't be surprised. Damn, is there any spare keys I can steal? Exploring the school would be dangerous since that monster might have escaped and is now looking for me. Though it would be stupid to just sit still. I have to escape. I walk through the school with dead silence, which is good because it means I'm alone and safe, but at the same time, it makes everything so much more unsettling. Throughout the hallway, most of the classroom doors are locked. Even the open ones have nothing in them except useless chairs and tables. There's nothing on the first floor, no keys or clues whatsoever. On the second floor, there's an open door at the other end of the hallway. My curiosity is probably going to kill me. I should take a quick look at least. I tiptoe to the classroom, hide behind the door to eavesdrop. To my surprise, I hear a girl-like voice. Okay. Don't you want to die? Why the scared face? I only want to help you. You can let me take your place and you don't have to deal with them anymore. It'll be so easy. No, get away from me. Let me go. No, wait, I actually am not alone. Just like the story I made up this morning. I take a peek on what's inside. There are two identical girls. One of them is attacking the other. That's her doppelganger. She has one too. She's in danger. I need to save her. Okay, I was wondering, it'd be funny if we like attack the wrong doppelganger. I mean, that's like a cliche, isn't it? Like a trope, It's like, which one's the real one? But no, actually, doppelgangers are, they are marked for your convenience, as in they have, no eyes. I dash towards them, grabbing the black-eyed girl by her back and pulling her away from her counterpart. Who dares? Get away from her. With all my might, I fling her towards a row of tables. She's stunned for a second before lifting her head and glaring straight at me with that pitch-black void eyes of hers. Oh, she's pissed. You'll pay. The monster charges me, face full of fur, and then we enter an RPG battle. I press attack. I don't know. It feels that way. In the panic, I grab a chair and hit her body with as hard as I can before she can reach me. She screamed in pain. Damn it, I feel guilty for hitting a girl like that. Well, no, she's like a monster thing. She's writhing on the ground, holding her sides. It's probably bruised right now. I turn towards the other girl, who looks like she's about to cry. Quick, follow me. I grab her hands, making sure to make eye contact so she knows I'm a normal human, just like her. She's too stunned to speak, but she doesn't resist. I don't actually know where to go. My only goal is to lose sight of that monster. We end up going to the first floor bathroom where I first met my doppelganger. I know for a fact it'd be empty by now, and I thought he's gonna go back there. Plus, it obviously has its own lock, so we should be safe. Pretty logical reasoning to me. Just go back to the scene of the crime. Careful, it's slippery. I lock the door and back away from it, leaning on the wall. I hold my breath, trying to make as little noise as possible. Second, you hear her heart beating fast despite her being on the other corner. To be fair, mine's racing like crazy too. There are footsteps outside, but so far we're undetected. More than half a minute passes, the footsteps are gone and we're still in one piece. The one piece is real. I know this is a great idea. Way to go, me. I've calmed down, but this girl is still shaking. I should talk and comfort her. Hopefully they won't notice we're here. Hey, you okay? Why are we here? Boys' bathroom? That's what you're concerned about? The doppelgangers came out from here, so there's no way they're gonna check here again. You know, that's like... I don't know, this is like cartoon logic. Are you sure? Well, mine at least, but probably yours too, right? Just trust me on this. We'll be okay here. Her face is so pale. I hold her hand again, attempting to calm her down, but it's got no effect. I don't know why, but her art style just reminds me of... What's the artist for, like, Chainsaw Man? You know, Fujimoto? Is that his name? I can't remember. Maybe I'm making that up, but, you know, Chainsaw Man, basically. It looks like Chainsaw Man art. I don't know, maybe it's the eyes. There's nothing else we can do other than hide and wait. Man, what can you even do in this situation? Even talking feels wrong here. So why are you here? Had some after-school business and got trapped too? Well, whatever it was, we're stuck here together now. There's a long and awkward silence. She's either not the talkative type, or she's still scared speechless. My guess is both. It's been a few minutes, but she still has endless dread in her eyes. Did her doppelganger hurt her, or what? She looks so paranoid. Are you hurt? You're shaking so much. Calm down. No, I'm just uncomfortable. Her voice is quiet and hesitant. I almost couldn't hear her. Like, uncomfortable staying here? She nods. Let's find somewhere else to hide then. Seems like they went away, but there's a big chance they're still looking for us. Let's just walk with caution. Can you walk, or are you injured anywhere? I'm fine. Giving her a nod, I quietly unlock the door. Before leaving, I sneak a glance in the mirror. It's just shiny glass now. There's no reflection at all. This girl doesn't have any reflections either. Normally I would freak out, but with the current situation, I'm relieved. I open the bathroom door with caution. Without even fully opening it, I can already see that there's someone there waiting for us. Oh no, you don't. Surprising them, I kick the door open, immediately charge whoever's in front of it. Great, it's this girl's doppelganger. Again, RPG battle music plays. Otherwise, sounds like an RPG battle. This could be like an RPG, I don't know. You could like fight random battles, you know, in the hallways. I punch her in the stomach, not feeling sorry about it anymore. She shrieks as she tumbles down. Jeez, her voice is annoying. Seeing his ally got whacked, my double attempts to attack me, but I'm faster than him. I sweep his head, he falls to the ground as well. Why are we so good at kung fu? You know, it's like we could just like, if we could just beat up the monsters, like what's there to be afraid of? Help me get them in here. See, look at that. Look at these eyes. Look at this. Sweating, and like it reminds me of Chainsaw Man. This is Chainsaw Man face. Especially Kobini. you know Kobini? The girl that's just always like nervous all the time. It's like that's her, sort of. That's her face anyway. While they're injured, the girl and I shove our clothes inside the bathroom and shut the door. Let's go, quick. I grab her hand again, running through the hallway. I know that my class is open, so that's our next best bet, as long as they lose sight of us. I quickly shove a few tables in front of the door to block it. Damn, these tables are noisy. I catch my breath sitting on the chair. She does the same. That was close. Hey, thanks for helping. I didn't do much. Still, it would have been too much for me if it was a 1 versus 2 situation. Anyway, the only room here that I know was open was in my class. I checked every other room on this floor and they're all locked. Do you know where I'll be safer to hide? She stays quiet. I'm asking for input here? Sorry, I'm fine going anywhere else. Have you checked any of the rooms? No, just around the second floor left wing. That's where I found you. Yeah. How about we go back there? We know there's an open classroom. We can hide in one and block the door of tables just like we did here, but like with more tables. Okay. I give her my hand and she holds it, although hesitantly. There's nothing much in the first floor hallway, as I expected. Before we reach the stairs, we see the bathroom, its door already ajar. No surprises there. We climbed the stairs with caution. We were just about to go through the hallway before we heard some noises. The girl flinches. I hold my breath. Oops, they're on this floor. That's a nope. I make a gesture suggesting we go upstairs to the 3rd floor. She nods. We climb through the stairs, making as little noise as we can. Thankfully, the 3rd floor is barren. Doesn't make it less spooky, though. We begin checking the rooms, looking for an open one, and bingo! The science lab is open. Normally, I hate this room. Apparently, we just hate science, the fundamentals of our physical reality, but don't worry about it. But now, it's a lifesaver. Look, the key is on the door. We can lock the room and hide here. You're right, this seems safe. Wait, I have a better idea. We should lock them in here. If we hide here, we'll be cornered if they manage to break the door, but if we lock them, they'll be done for. This is a useful room, too. If any of them comes here, we can just throw one of the chemicals at them. The perfect weapon. I guess. I open the shelves and grab a bottle that looks interesting. What's a whatever, I can't read this word. Hydrochloric acid. 3M. Is it 3M or I'm not sure how to read that. I don't know, it's 3 or it's like, it's not exactly a 3, is it? I don't know how to say that. It's dangerous if this touches skin, I think. Or maybe it is 3M, like 3 millimeters. I don't know. Anyway, you think? I'll grab some as our defense then. I can only fit 2 small bottles in my pocket. Probably not enough, but this will do. What about these numbers? They mean anything? I don't know, but they're all hydrochloric acid. Maybe it's all the same. So what happens when you throw these chemicals at them? I don't know either. I just heard this can be dangerous. Well, hopefully this will be enough to weaken them. There's a lot too, with a decent amount of ammo. Is there anything we can make them like sleepy whatever? That'll be chloroform, but I don't see any in here. How about making it? Can you make it? It's dangerous. I can't. That's a bummer. Wait, I have an idea. We should find a rope to tie them up. Then there's no chance they'll escape. Hear me out. Here's the plan. You hide while I lure them out to come at me. When the timing's right, I'll throw these hydro things, Hydro storm! It reminds me of Castlevania. Hydro storm. It's like holy, the original holy water is hydrochloric acid, actually, as it turns out. Now, they'll be stunned, and then you attack them from behind. Tie them up while I hold them down. Attack them with what? I don't know, a chair or whatever's around. A chair is probably your best bet. Just hit them with it. With that. Sound good? That could work, yeah. Awesome. Then all we gotta do is find a rope. I wonder where they keep ropes at the school. A rope. I might know where to find one. Really? Lead the way then. I can't do the girl voice is bad. I don't know. Unfortunately, we have to go back down to the 2nd floor. Peeking from behind the wall, there's a glimpse of someone running that 1st floor. The monster just left the area. Talk about a lucky coincidence. Oh, and my internet connection slightly dipped there. And it's dying a little bit. I guess it's fine though. Looks to be fine. OBS just showed red for a second there, but it looks okay now. Anyway. I was about to walk, but the girl held me back. I think she's saying we need to wait a moment before actually going. Well, fine by me. After making sure the coast is fully clear, we tiptoe through the hallway. She points to a classroom, the same one that I found her in. The door is already open, no one's inside. Great, everything's going smoothly so far. How about we rest here instead? Since they just checked here, they should be checking this place again. He keeps saying that as if it's like common knowledge. But what if these are just monsters that just like their AI just randomly decides to go back to where they were? It's like, I don't know, this logic doesn't make any sense. My theory worked once, good enough proof that it worked the second time. Hey, help me move these tables to block the door. I lift the tables, avoiding the squeaking noise from pushing them. I look at the girl. She's trying so hard to lift one. I'm afraid she's going to make noise at this point. Hey, actually, leave it to me. Sorry. I move some tables. Well, this should be enough now. So, here it is. Now that I have a proper look at the class, it's hard not to notice a tied knot hanging from the ceiling. That's a rope, alright. That's a noose. Aren't you gonna explain? So this is why she stayed behind at school. Damn it, I don't know which is worse. Her attempting to end her own life or someone else doing it for her. Though if it's the former, she would just let her doppelganger harm her earlier. Instead, she struggled for her life. What if this rope isn't hers? From her expression, I thought she just found this thing on a whim. She had to have hung the rope herself. Man, this is terrible. Is it real okay if I use this? This is your rope, you should be using it, maybe? No. Yes, you can use it. Good, it'd be a shame to see it be used for something else. She looks even gloomier, like she regretted showing me in the first place. I'm not judging her for anything, but this does make me concerned. Is everything okay? I'll listen if you want to talk about it. Not speaking, huh? Well, I ain't gonna force you. Jeez, this is way too tense. It's like prying on a girl's secret, but I'm not doing it on purpose. Trying to ignore the thick atmosphere, I stack a chair on top of the table to reach the rope from the ceiling. Using this feels like a sin. At least if this rope were armed now. It's a bit of a problem there's only one rope and we're dealing with two monsters, but this will do. All that's left is to execute the plan. Execute Order 66. What we should do is tie this noose around the neck of the doppelgangers and execute them one by one, No? And, that can wait, though. I think we deserve a peaceful rest. While staying alive, I sit in one of the chairs, sighing. The girl sits as well, not too far across from me. Hey, once we get out of here, I promise I'll be your friend. I'll protect you from whatever's hurting you. And about your doppelganger, don't worry, she'll never hurt you again. I'll beat her the hell up. Thank you. Never mind. Well, you don't have to tell me anything if you don't want to. Whenever you feel like talking, though, I'll listen. How do you reassure people? I cringed at myself saying that. I try to be genuine, but it's way too awkward. Why are girls so complicated? Why you're so complicated? Though her expression softened, she's not quite smiling, but there's less dread in her eyes. Okay. Yeah, whatever's your problem, you'll be okay, We just have to survive this night. We'll be okay. Yeah. Suddenly the air is breathable again. What a relief. Now let's just chill here for a sec. Man, tonight's been a disaster, huh? She simply replies with a tiny smile, her eyes averted toward the floor. Still not talking, but this is better. Well, I'll just talk to myself then. So far, everything's been happening exactly like the story I told this morning, which is stupid. Why would anyone prank me like this? Going as far as being someone else just because I said so in my story too. This girl is innocent. She shouldn't be getting involved in this. But in the story I ended up surviving, right? So I must survive this one in the end. How did I end the story again? I can't remember. I know I said I survived though, it's just the ending is inevitable. The ending's already spoiled, what's the point? What time is it anyway? It feels like forever already. The clock on the wall shows no sign of movement. The hour hand is stuck on 4, though it must be like late at night now. That's what I hope. Most likely it's not true. You wear any watches? No. Man. Hey, if you're tired, go to sleep. We should be safe here. I'll guard the door. How about you? Aren't you tired too? No, not really. I don't think I can sleep even if I try to. Makes sense. There isn't really anything to do in this room. Sleeping is probably the most productive thing we can do. Come to think of it, where did my backpack go? I'm sure I had it way back when I was about to go out of the classroom with my buddies. I never noticed it was gone. She doesn't carry hers either. I'm not sure what I would do with my backpack, but just for once, studying sounds better than staring at the wall again. Whatever. I'll just walk around this room to kill time. Man, what a fine map of the world. This blackboard is definitely high quality. This is weird. High quality. The tables here are surprisingly clean, and my class would have scribbles all over it. You know, if this was an RPG Maker game, you would walk around and look at stuff, you know. But this is just as far as I know, this is just a kinetic novel, you know. It's just a straight-on kinetic novel. I'm going insane. The girl doesn't think that inspecting the class is a very interesting activity. You know, again, this is normally what you would do in an RPG Maker game, but it's not. So instead, she lays her head on the table and closes her eyes. I would sleep too if I could. Instead, I found some chalk underneath the teacher's table. I start scribbling on the blackboard just to kill time. I can't sleep. Not surprised here. What are you doing? I don't know. Bored. Why are you still here this late? Will you tell me about yourself if I tell you my reason? You know, even though our reason is not really all that interesting at all, I'm gonna pry into her secrets, even though ours is not a secret at all. Sorry. Hey now, don't look so sad. I'm not like mad or anything. My friends challenged me to stay overnight at school, and here I am. That's it. Well, it's not exactly how it went, but who knows what happened if she knows I'm probably the reason why this nightmare is happening to us. You know, it's literally our fault. Is that so? Still unwilling to talk, she looks away again, this time towards the empty wall. I've got no other topic to talk about. Oh well. Go mad at scribbling. I don't like chalk sounds, you know, it's like, it's irritating. Anyway, did you hear something? I try to focus on listening. She's right. There are distant footsteps slowly getting louder. My heartbeat fastens as the steps come closer. Grabbing the chemical bottles from my pocket, I prepare myself. Were they gonna play Hangman the Chalk? That'll be very ironic. I try to sign with my eye, reminding her about the plan. I try to sign with my eye. I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense. I don't know. It's a weird sentence. Reminding her about the plan, she nods, tiptoeing to the first seat from the door and hiding beneath the table. There's a reality where they ignore how this class is supposed to be open, and they leave us alone and we live peacefully forever. Unfortunately, they're not stupid. They're aware that the door is blocked from the other side and attempt to push it. I eagerly wait with dread. More footsteps come rushing in. Great, there's at least 2 of them now. It's almost fate I only brought 2 bottles of the hydro thing. One mistake and the plan's gotta change. The next few seconds are filled with dread. We wait anxiously for the moment the door gives up. It finally opened, revealing both our freaky clones and their void black eyes, and as the RPG battle music plays. Both of them immediately notice my presence, and my other self smiling creepily at me. He pushes through the tables, eyes locked on me like he's trying to hypnotize me. I won't fall for it this time. He won't get me that easily. The girl's doppelganger doesn't seem to be that interested in me. She stays at distance and watches like a crow as my clone walks triumphantly towards me, as if I'm a cornered rat. I can still throw something at her from this distance, though. Though immobilizing her would be a problem. I'll deal with what's in front of me first. Just as the clone was about to jump on me, I opened the bottle and splashed all the fluid on his face. I was thinking I was just gonna throw the entire bottle, you know, and just hope it smashes into his face anyway. But anyway, he's got great reaction time. He blocked with his hand just before it hit his face. He sees and copes. No, he sees and I use another bottle, but he managed to block most of it again. Although I miss his face, it seems the chemical works fine on any skin. As he started gripping his wrist with annoyance. While he's distracted, I grab near his chair and hit him as hard as I can. Have a taste of this! He writhes in pain on the floor. Before he can move, I kick him on the head and roll him over, make him lie on the stomach. Putting one foot on his back, I step on him like he's an oversized cockroach. Now stay put! I grab both his hands, grip them together so he can't strike back. He twitches slightly, unable to move too much. I was about to grab the rope from my pocket, then a terrified yell from the other side of the room reminded me that I'm not alone. The girl was fighting back. She attempts to fling a chair at her doppelganger, successfully hitting it and making her scream in pain. She learned from the best. I have to make sure that my double will be immobilized for at least a few minutes. I rush to help her. It reminds me of Resident Evil. What was it? Resident Evil 4? I think. Was it from 4? I can't remember. I can't keep track of all the Resident Evils, but it reminds me of Ashley, basically. Leon, help! You know? Before her clone has a chance to probably get up, I slide behind her and hit her on the back of her head. I've only seen it in the movies. It surprised me that it actually worked to render her unconscious. Hey, you fought back. Great job. Violence is always the answer. Thank you. We only got one rope. Let's just use this to tie her up. We'll find something else to do with my clone. We simply get a really big knife and chop him up, This is how we're going to do it? No? She nods, still catching her breath from the fight. She holds her clone while I get the rope out of my pocket, preparing to tie her up. Our victory didn't last long, though. I see the girl's eyes widen before she yelps. Watch out! I reflexively duck, narrowly avoiding a chair that almost flew right to my head. God damn it. How are you alive? Despite limping, he approaches us with raging fury inside his abyss-like eyes. You can't get rid of me that easily. I hear my own voice was hella creepy. Oh yeah? I turn towards the girl, heading over the rope to her. Hey, listen, he seems tougher to beat. I'm gonna run to the lab and get someone to fight with. You stay here and take care of your clone, alright? Tie her up, it's easy. I don't think we should split up, that's how they always do it in horror movies, and I won't be gone for long, trust me, she's unconscious. You just have to tie her up, you got this, don't worry about it, nothing will totally go wrong. But my clone's ready with another chair to throw at us. I have to run immediately if I don't want this girl to get hit too. There's no time, I'm going. Seeing his target move, he turns and throws the chair the direction I was running in. I stopped just in time before it could hit any vital part of my body. You missed, dumbass. Catch me if you can. Looks like if that monster has the energy to scream on top of his lungs until I turn deaf, he would. Instead, he eats up my taunt and follows me outside of class, leaving the girl just like the plan. Just like the plan? Or just like I planned, I guess? All according to Kekaku. I got in the room just enough time to wake the key off the door and pocket it. Rummaging through the shelves, I grab a few chemicals that can't be bothered to read the labels of. Better than nothing. My clone finally arrives and slams on the door. Took you long enough. Should've just stayed unconscious. Surprising him, I mercilessly splash him with 2 more bottles of chemicals. You! Most of it hit his hands instead as he covered his face with sleeves, but it seems like some of the chemical hit his eyes. He started screaming in pain, clutching his face. That idiot didn't realize that his hands are covered with chemicals too. He's applying the fluid on his face like it's a face wash or whatever. He did this to himself, and now he's writhing on the floor again. Stupid, I'm smarter than him. I bought a lab, but knock him out is a top priority. And don't ever wake up again. My entire might have hit him in the back of his neck. I watch him as he closes his already dead eyes, motionless on the ground. Jeez, finally. It's funny how we're just knocking out these doppelgangers. I mean, the monsters, right? Just get a knife or something. Come on, shank them. I steady my breath, coming down from the adrenaline rush. A 12-hour sleep after this will be amazing. I drag him to the corner of the room, surrounding him with chairs to block his escape, if it's even possible. My eyes caught his injured hand. It's swollen and red, bleeding scabs all over it. Ugh, disgusting. I take a quick look through the shelves, trying to find something to tie him, but there's nothing usable, not even a set of cables. Oh well, hopefully he's just unable to get up ever again. We're just hoping for that, even though apparently they're like zombies and they just get up anyway. Remembering that there's someone I need to check, I quickly lock the door and go down the stairs in a rush. When I got back, she's already waiting outside the classroom. The door closed behind her. Okay, I was wondering, she opens her eyes and it's like, it's dark eyes. Whoops. No, you're back. I'm back. Everything's fine, right? She didn't wake up or injure you or anything? Yeah, I'm fine. See, you did it. Great job. I know I can count on you. We make a great team, don't we? I couldn't have fought them alone. It's all thanks to you. I watch her smile. She looks relieved, the fear almost fully gone from her face. Man, she's pretty cute like this. Okay, the developers just got freaking shipped, the only other, female character to the MC. Because of course they would. Hey, you should smile more often. You look pretty with it. Don't people always complain about that? I always read that people complain about that. It's like whenever they hear, hey, you should smile more. It's like, anyway. But apparently it's supposed to be meant to be a compliment. And it's like a cliche, like anime. Thanks. So anyway, about your clone, she's still knocked out in there, or I said that weird. About your clone, she's still knocked out in there. Yes, and I actually found the classroom key after checking under the cables. Cables? Well, cables were mentioned before, but no, checking under the tables. Really? I didn't find anything when I checked. Maybe I missed it. Well, anyway, that's awesome. They're both locked in now, and with their injury, hopefully they won't be able to break the door either. My clone's locked in the science lab. I did attack his eyes, so he should be as good as dead in there. So what now? Wait until sunrise? Is there nothing else we can do? I guess we can take a proper nap now. Sounds awesome, but I'd rather sleep on my bed. I had enough of this school. How about we check on the entrance again? It's been a while. Maybe I'll magically open? Sure. Although there are no visible threats, I can't help but still be paranoid. Anything can happen. Who knows? Something could greet us at the exit. But when we get there, there's nothing but emptiness, and the immovable object, the school entrance door. Damn it, of course it's still jammed. Well, what do you expect? Man, I just want to go home. What now? Should we just hang on my class? It should be open. Sure. Her way of talking is sort of different now. I didn't know taking on her doppelganger would impact her this much. She seems way more confident, like she has nothing else to fear. Maybe that news from earlier really was just a thing she found on a whim. Before following behind me, we head towards my classroom. Huh. My entire body freezes. How did he escape? I locked the room, I swear. He should still be unconscious in that lab. His blank eyes stare straight at me with a sinister look. Oh no, you won't kill me because I'll kill you first. Stand back. I was about to hold her hand, reassuring that everything would be fine. But she holds me down instead, joining my wrists together in her grip and keeps it behind my back. I knew it! Sus! What the? I struggle. She circles her other arm on my waist to keep me still. When did she get so strong? Traitor! Me? Traitor? Do you even know who your ally is? No way, you're... That means she's... I struggle as much as I can. I have to escape. I have to run. I have to save her. I have to... My clone walks with a tauntingly slow walk, a manic smile on his wretched face. Every muscle in my body aches to hit him straight in the face, but the girl's hold on me is too strong. I was lucky to have that girl with me, right? Our teamwork really saved the night. That's... You should have been careful with your words. Now, morning finally comes. The nightmare is finally over. I walk past the school entrance yawning. Someone tapped my shoulder from behind. Hey, you're here early. Yeah, I woke up too early today. Had a bad dream. Really? My bad dream is having to go to school early, and I have to go through it every day. Wait, dude, what happened to your hands? It's nothing. What do you mean, nothing? I accidentally spilled hot water on it. You know, totally not hydrochloric acid. And it's not red like this. Bro, you're such a loser. The only response he gets is a shrug. We walk through the hallway before we reach our class. I see her, who is about to take the stairs. Totally normal. Ooh, what's that? Or who's that? Oh, that girl I met that time was staying over school at night. I told you, remember? Oh, I remember. She's pretty cute, dude. You're buddies with her now? Yeah, we're good buddies. Our team really saved us, after all. Kinda ended it like too abruptly there. Okay, but there you go. That's like kind of like the twist. They fucking died, you know, or at least their doppelgangers took over, and then our heroes lost. Actually, we had no control over it though. But I guess that's the point. It's just, you know, just a spooky little story. There you go. I mean, to be honest, I like the twist. You know, I don't mind bad endings. You know, kind of like a Junji Ito-esque kind of thing, where it's like actually the monsters win. You know. And the twist is like, you know, obviously the doppelgangers, you know, they trick you and whatever because they look the same. So yeah, I mean, The only thing I would say, I mean, obviously the English could be a little bit better. I think here and there it just felt a little weird, a little bit. The grammar felt a little bit weird, just small things. Other than that, I do feel like the story did go on for a little bit too long, though. I gotta say, like if they're gonna do the thing where like, oh, the monster wins at the end, I feel like it could have been a little bit faster. It didn't have to be such a whole thing where like, and then we struggle, and then we fight, and then we go over here, and then we do this, and we hide over here. You know, it's like, I don't know. Felt a lot about like running back and forth, especially in a kinetic novel where there doesn't need to be that much running back and forth. Like if this, again, I mentioned before, if this was like an RPG Maker game, maybe it'd be justified, right? Because in actual gameplay, you would be like walking back and forth, running away from the monsters, you know, getting some items. Like if this was an RPG Maker game, it would actually fit, but it's not. So I don't know why we need so much running back and forth. You know, kind of like unnecessary. You know, I mean, it's relatively short anyway, but I do feel like it felt a little bit longer than necessary in terms of padding, in my opinion, anyway, right? And the whole, well, and this is not really a criticism, but I do feel like it was kind of left unexplained why, when the main protagonist, you know, was like telling a story about like his overnight stay at the school, and then suddenly, like supernaturally, it became reality, and then somehow it followed his story. Like, why though? Like, why did they do that? It's just because, you know? Like, I feel like if there's a bit more emotional catharsis, you know, for why that happened, that would be kind of neat too. Like, I mean, I don't know. I can't think of anything because I'm not the writer, but like maybe like there's a legend, you know, about that, you know, or something. Like there's some kind of like other twist where it's like the monsters actually listen to what kind of story you create, and like it somehow conjures your worst nightmare. I don't know. I mean, I guess that's the whole point of the story, but like, I don't know. I wish there was some kind of like explanation for it, you know, not like a scientific explanation or anything. No need for exposition, but like it just seems irrelevant, you know. Like for like what I'm thinking is like this story could have just been told without the beginning, you know. It could have just been like, and then I walk out of school, and then suddenly, you know, I get trapped. It could just start with that. It didn't need the whole like introduction of like explaining how the story is supposed to go, and then the doppelgangers chase you. It's like it just seemed unnecessary, right? So I wish there was an explanation for it, or otherwise, if there isn't, they just cut it out, you know. At least that's how I felt anyway. Yeah, I felt like kind of unsatisfying. Like why did we have all this setup in the first place, right? I felt like a lot of setup for like not really any explanation. Anyway, maybe it's supposed to be like Groundhog Day. I mean, I don't think so. I mean, I tried to allude that at the very end, you know. I was like, I used bookends, you know. That I think that's the trope where like it was repeating the same words that we saw in the very beginning. But I think that's just supposed to, you know, it's supposed to, how do you say, emphasize, you know, the fact that the main character was replaced. You know, it was supposed to be like an ambiguous thing until we see the final, you know, little jump scare, I guess, of like him having black eyes. So I think that's it's not. I don't think it's like actually Groundhog Day, because you know that he's evil at the end. And also like the burnt hand. You know, I think that's a clue that's like not a repeat. Yeah, I don't know. What else? I guess that's it. I like the art. I wish there was more of it. I don't know. Like, there's a few sprites that are very well done, but we don't see much of it except like the girl. Basically, we just see the girl for the most part. Just like one CG of like the guy. I guess the doppelgangers, but I don't know. We mostly just see the girl. I wish there was more variety in terms of like the actual art, because most of the time we're just staring at like public domain, you know, photos with like a slight filter on them. So that's I guess that's also a criticism, you know. If you're gonna like make good art, like you should show it off some more, you know, not just like show background. It's so funny because it says here, by the way, it says here 33 CGs on the store page. I don't know about that. Do you consider it CGs? I don't consider it CGs. It's just background, you know, and it's not that interesting as well. The background isn't all that interesting. I don't know. I guess that's it. I mean, another thing that could be interesting too, if it, you know, like this game, I imagine maybe they didn't have time, or maybe it was the original vision, but like it is like just a one ending story, it could have been more interesting if there was more choices though, because there was like I feel like a lot of places where there could have been a choice actually. Like we could let the character could have picked something, right? Like, or pick a different chemical, or like, or pick who to throw the chemical at, or something. Just especially the action scenes, you know, it just felt like you're too passive. This is why I don't really like action and like visual novels. At least when you're like not doing anything, it just feels too passive to me. Like if there's like action, you know, like you're doing something, that at least having the player like pick something would be interesting, right? And that would lead to like a different outcome, maybe. Like, you know, like obviously there's the bad ending where it's like, oh, the monsters win, but maybe there could be a good ending where you win or whatever, you know. Just maybe even just having two outcomes would be nice. I don't know. But yeah. I guess that's it. I don't know. Not much else to say. Was it? I don't know. I don't want to say it's like bad. It wasn't bad, but just kind of felt like a lot of things could be improved. I would say, in my opinion. But yeah. Otherwise, though, I like the general idea. Again, I like the whole general like idea where the monsters, you know, are basically you don't beat them, you know, they win at the end. I kind of wish they were more scary, actually, you know, that they didn't just simply walk at you like zombies, you know, just felt like kind of like mundane. I wish they would like have other ways to like, you know, get at the protagonists. Kind of interesting too. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, more variety would be interesting, because that they kept doing the same thing over and over again, right? Multiple times. It's just hide in a room, lock them in the room, try to knock them unconscious, and that's it. Like, come on, I want them to shoot energy blasts. Maybe not. Maybe that's just too crazy. I don't know, something different. Because they were like walking through the mirrors, right? So that could be a thing too. Like they'd be like hiding in the mirrors, and they just suddenly come out or whatever. And again, I don't know. I feel like RPG Maker would be better. I don't know. RPG Maker would like show, it would be more scary if it was an RPG Maker actually, because then you could like build a whole mechanic around there where like the doppelgangers like chasing you throughout the entire school, right? And then I mean it's a very classic horror game setup, but like, you know, you would have to find certain items or go to certain places in the school, and then the monsters just chase you, and then like they come out like mirrors, you know, and then everything. I don't know. That to me that sounds like a good idea, but anyway, that I feel like that's a completely different game though, because this is just made to be a visual novel. Anyway, I'm rambling too much. I think that's it for this game. It's okay. It's pretty decent. It's just for like a spooky, just a, you know, creepypasta spooky game. You know, basically spooky visual novel. So that was it for Foul Repercussion. All right, I mean, let's see. So my usual sign off is that what I usually say is that if you're watching the video, then you can, you know, check out my other playthroughs on the channel as well for other playthroughs. You can also subscribe, because if you didn't know, I stream these games live, so you can again subscribe and then change the bell notifications from personalized to all to get notified when I go live. But there you go. Thanks for watching. Until next time. See you then. Ba-da-ba. Yeah, outro. I think other YouTubers, I don't know. I know Manly. I think actually I'm not sure. I know Manly does intros. He does like separate intros, but I ain't got no time for that. You know, it's like I just want to do it live, so I want to do it later. It's the thing. I don't know. I know Manly, for example, he always does intros. Like he always does like a separate intro for every part of his video. Like if he does like a long playthrough, has multiple parts, he does like an intro for each video. But I don't do that because I'm lazy. Basically, I just want to do it now. I don't have to do it later. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's. I mean, I do want to end early if I want to, because you know, I usually stream for like 4 hours. But there's like another game that I want to try out. I don't know how long it is though. That's the thing. It says it's short, I think, or it seems short. Actually, the only hint that I have that it is short is the fact that a review, basically, you know, there's a Spooktober 5th annual visual novel jam, and I see a review, and then a person says it's a short game or whatever, but I don't know. But I think I'll do that maybe next time. For now, I guess that's it for today. So I think that'll be it for today. So just 3 games, I guess. The first one took longer than usual. And I don't want to go over, so I think I'll just end now. I think it's good because if I play any other game, it'll just be too long. I feel like. So there you go. Let me just press the little button. Boop. There you go. Let me just say my usual schedule is Saturday and Sunday around noon Eastern time. It's like sometime afternoon. Is usually when I start. And I guess tomorrow I'll continue playing Baldur's Gate, the really long playthrough that will never end. And also I will take a million years to like edit. So I'm literally still at part 4 since like 2 weeks ago. I still haven't finished editing part 4, though I'm almost done. I just like shave a few minutes so like it's short enough so I can upload it or render it first rather, and then upload it and then make a thumbnail for it and I don't know, and make a silly title for it. I don't know. So maybe by tomorrow, I don't know. Anyway, I don't know if it matters, but yeah, Baldur's Gate tomorrow, and then next week as well, I'll continue playing some more interesting little indie games. A few interesting ones have come out actually. I've been waiting, right? I've been waiting for like interesting little indie games to try out, and I think a good amount has been released or made because of the Halloween season, because freaking Halloween, scary games, right? Or relatively scary. It's funny, I've played so many scary games. Well, it depends. I don't really play like 3D horror games, the ones that like cheap horror, like Slenderman style games where you walk around, you read some notes, and the main character is like, "Oh no, what is this place? I do not know." And then monsters like, "Woo, jump scare you." I don't play those type of games. I play more like indie RPG Maker horror games, the classic like those kind of games. And it's funny because in the beginning, I always felt like, oh, they're kind of scary, and I don't want to play too much of it because I would get scared too much. I am a scaredy cat is the thing, and it would be interesting, right? Because I feel like a lot of horror YouTubers, they do the Markiplier thing, and they're like, that screams in the microphone when the scary thing happens. I don't do that though. Like if a thing actually genuinely scares me, I just freeze. I don't say anything. I'm like, okay, okay. I don't really like react like that. So I also don't like. In general, I'm not a loud person. I feel like anyway. So yeah. But what was I even trying to say? I don't know. But basically, I usually do play horror games though, and those kind of scary games. Ironically, the more I play them, I feel like the more I'm just not scared of them anymore. It's like I don't know. It's like spicy food, I guess, where it's like I need something way more scarier to like actually affect me, because at this point, a lot of them, even though like the morbid and edgy, which I love actually, I do love like morbid, dark, edgy stuff. Even other people might think it's a little immature, like things that like really too edgy, which I agree sometimes, but I still like it. I feel like I play so much of it now because ever since I started like making videos of it, it's like I'm so desensitized actually for the most part, even though I still enjoy them. I don't know. Anyway, I just feel like if you want to do the whole horror game thing, it's supposed to be like the whole point why people play horror games is to be like to watch the reactions of them getting scared. I don't know. That's how Markiplier did it. I'm assuming it. By the way, I've actually never watched Markiplier, at least not that much. I only watched like one video of Markiplier, even though it's like a super popular YouTuber, obviously. But I only watched one video. I think it's the Attack on Titan like fan game, the old one, the Chibis. I randomly found a video of him doing that, and I was like, that's kind of cool. But I never really watched the rest of his stuff. I don't know. I just never was a Markiplier. I'm more of a Manly Bass Hero, follower. I'm not really a Markiplier follower. I don't know what y'all know. We call it fan. Anyway, I was gonna say like Manly Bass Hero is my Oshi. Is that what it is? No, maybe not. Oh, actually, I don't know. He's actually not my. I have a lot of favorite. I was gonna say he's not my favorite, but I mean he is. He's up there as like my top content creators that I like in general, I guess. Anyway, I'm just rambling at this point. You barely watch him. Oh, is it okay to recommend games? If you'd like to. If you want to now, that'd be great. I mean, at this point, I'm kind of rambling, so you could just let me know right now, or you can like, you can tweet at me, I guess, or post. I don't know. I have a Twitter, I guess, so you can tweet at me, or you can even email me. I think I have an email. I have a business email you can find. It's just SighingSlider@gmail.com. You can do that if you want. I'm more likely to see it if you comment on. By the way, if you do YouTube comments, I might not see it. Sometimes it gets lost in general, because if you post links or like it's filtered as spam, I don't see the comments on YouTube. And sometimes I just don't look at comments because I'm lazy. I don't know. Sometimes there's like too many comments on like a popular video I made like one time. Like I made like very low effort. What was that? That Pizza Tower one? That Pizza Tower like remix? There's too many comments in that video, so like I get overwhelmed, and it's just like random comments that I don't know. There's just random comments, so I just don't look at them. I eventually get to them, but like it's just too much. I don't know. I'm not in the mood to like scroll down YouTube comments. I guess I'm not the type of person. Where the two flowers meets. Is it? Well, it depends. Like the games I usually play are like, I don't know. It depends, but usually are like horror themed or like, not always horror, but where the two flowers meet. Is it like a Otome style game? I don't really do Otome that much. Though I have done a few Otome games. Or Otome visual novels, or what do you call it? I don't know. Maybe it's a long one though. That's the problem. Because when you do like long visual novels, I mean, I've done long visual novels in the past. I've literally read the entire Fate Stay Night visual novel, all 3 routes, plus Hollow Ataraxy. I've done it all. But like, you know, they take a while. It takes so long. So this one apparently, so I max is like 7 hours. So this is the correct one, right? It says Where the Two Flowers Meet by Sylvan, right? All right, yeah, they made Sweetest Valentine and For Emerta. I played those as well. So yeah, I played those as well. Maybe it just seems like a very. It looks more slower pace. That's the thing. I feel like these days I prefer faster pace visual novels only because it's just tiring to like read a really long one, and like I imagine tiring for the viewers as well because they're just not as engaged, right? If I do like a really long one, it's like so many parts and they get bored, basically. But maybe I'll put it on my. Maybe if I'm really in the mood, I'll put it in my what do you call it? Like what I don't know what you call it. Bucket list? That's not the right word. You know, backlog. Yes, backlog. I'll put it in my backlog. So I'll check it again. Again, maybe if I'm really in the mood to be like, you know what, I'll do it. You know, it's like, well, like, yeah, it's like apparently a maximum 7 hours. It says 3 to 7 hours, but most likely 7 hours. And usually when I read because I read everything like aloud, you know, not just read like, because if you read like just with your eyes, it's much faster. If you read with your mouth, it takes so long. So like it's like most likely double or triple that amount. So like it's gonna be so long. Anyway, maybe. It just seems slower paced. I much prefer faster paced. Anything I can finish like in a stream or 2 at most. I much prefer that kind of like pace at this point, you know, because I don't know. That's how I just feel in general. I just have less patience, I guess. I much prefer faster pace. People always say, I mentioned it before. Again, I'm just rambling, but people always say, especially visual novel fans, they usually rate like visual novels that are really, really long, like 100 hours or whatever, to be like expert level visual novels. You know, they're like, oh, only veterans can read this visual novels, and it's the peak of literature, or whatever. But I'm like, nah, actually, I like shorter ones. I like really short ones, like way faster pace, and like doesn't like waste your time. Basically, doing like an exposition every 2 hours. You know, because I did that already. I did that already. And especially when you read everything aloud, it just takes so long to finish it. And I'm never done. I enjoy it, but like, I don't know. I just feel like on the back of my mind, like nobody wants to watch this. You know? Even though sometimes people do. I don't know. I can't predict people, but sometimes people do actually want to watch like a really long like visual novel. And like it's like years later, and then it's like, and then the videos, like more people actually watch it like later. Rather than initially, because when I initially like post a video and then it's like a really long playthrough and then nobody watches it, but later down the line, like a few people are more interested in it, and then they comment, it's like, oh, this is a great playthrough, and it's like, oh, thanks. But it's like, I don't know, it's just not worth it at the time. mentally. I don't know. It depends. I mean, I'm already well. The problem is I'm already doing it like a long playthrough. I'm doing Baldur's Gate 3. That's already really long. So I'm only doing like one long playthrough at a time. If I do more than that, it's just I don't know. It just stagnates the channel, which is already stagnating because I can't finish editing Baldur's Gate 3. Anyway, I'm rambling for so long. Hang on. Barely watch him. Yeah, I want to go back to the comment. Barely watch him. Did you mean like Markiplier? Because yeah, I don't watch Markiplier, but I do watch Manly. At least, well, I used to watch Manly much more back in the day. I usually watch streamers though. Is the thing. And Manly does stream. He usually streams on Twitch, I think. And usually the games he streams are actually different from what he does on YouTube, you know. And he's much more, I don't know, he doesn't talk as much actually on stream. At least when I watch him. Maybe it's changed these days. It's like he's more talkative, but like definitely he's a little bit different when he's streaming, I feel like. But like, I don't know. Probably because less editing, you know. Well, anyway. Yeah, empty like myself. I mean, yeah, Manly was definitely again top content creator. I always name drop a lot of people that who will never recognize who I am because I'm such a tiny channel that I'm basically just so insignificant. But definitely one of my favorites, like Manly Baz Hero. I really like Super Great Friend as well. He's like really underrated, like Super Great Friend or SGF. He does a lot of like Let's Plays and stuff. Like a bunch of like obscure like old stuff. I mean recently, obviously Northern Lion, Vine Sauce are my favorites. I mean obviously Germa 985, but I feel like Germa is like a top streamer for a lot of people. I feel like he's a really popular streamer. Everybody loves Germa 95. Stir has been streaming more often only because of the content creators who made like TF2 videos. Because I play a lot of TF2, Germa and Stir. I watch a whole bunch. Anyway, I'm rambling. I think I'm done. I'm going to end the stream now. And guess again, I'll play Baldur's Gate tomorrow. So there you go. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for watching. And I guess I'll see you around. Bye bye.